It's the Miss Knockout Show on the airwaves. So like, if I, share if I, bless if I, the flow. It's the Miss Knockout Show. Now you already know. Hot topics, music, info, and more. If you ain't tapped in, what you came here for? MKO got the vibe, that's a full takeover. From beats to biz talk, yeah, the queen stay in clover. Trending every lane, I'm the glow you can't block. When I drop gems, whole chat goes shock. We don't do brokeify, now we amplify. Stay blessed if I let the energy fly. Hit that tapify, keep it all in the flow. Cause it's the Miss Knockout Show. Knockout Show. Hot topics, beats and the glow. You rockin' with Miss Knockout. Let's go. Let's fuck.
Okay, can you hear me good now? Yes, exactly. Okay, can everybody hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Miss Knockout is in the building. Mic check 1 2. I'm loud and clear. Yeah, it was probably echoing because the theme song was playing, and it's probably like repeating itself. So everybody come on in. Welcome to the Miss Knockout Show. Welcome. My name is Miss Knockout. Okay, yes, we are streamifying on all platformifications. All right, on all platformifications, we are streamifying. All right, everybody come on in. And I found a lot of interesting stuff going on that we need to keep ourselves updated with the warification. All right, with what's up with they must have took media takeout. Damn, what happened to mediatakeout.com? What happened to it? Whoa, it looked like somebody hacked into it, y'all. It looks like somebody hacked into mediaficational. I usually go on there and get info, but wow, looked like it was somebody got in there. I thought it was bugging at first. So I found the guy's channel that's very interesting. All right, he's very interesting. And we're going to get into what he's talking about war. All right. Even though, thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you. Lizzie joined the fan club for the next 2 months. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you. All right. So is everything, the sound check good over on the Y to the TZ? I know y'all can't go all play. Everything good? Yes or no? So you had to lower that resolution. I'm learning a lot about the Y to the TZ. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you. Okay, so let's set our gift goal. All right. If you want to watch me on the Tick to the Clizzock, aka Tick to the Tizock, all right, it's Miss_Knockout. I'll put all my social media in the more section after I end the live, right? But it's just a lot of work and another thing I gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning it. Okay, so Mel is at court today. I was supposed to go to court, but I said, let me stay in and do what I got to do on here, and a couple of things I had to do at home. And the reason why he went to court is, now you remember with the Diddy case? And remember the escort service that Diddy used with Cassie and Jane Doe? Well, guess what? Cowboys for Angels is in court right now. Cowboys for Angels. Wait, let me get the sound effect. Hold on, let me get the other sound effect. We got to bring my drama sound effect. I tried to close the window, but I can't close my breath. And a brave. So am I freezing up? Am I good over at the Y? All my people that's at the Y, multitasking. Well, let me type it in the comments over here. Let's make sure I'm good. Good over here, sound and video. Yes or no? Okay, am I good? Am I good? Okay, let me know. Let me know if I'm good over here. All right, yes or no? Because I'm still learning. All right. So everybody, thank you so much for coming in. All right. So today, all right. My friend Mel went to a court case. Cowboys for Angels is got a court case open up in the federal court. Let's get the sound effect. Hold on. All through the Diddy trial, I said, how could they run an escort service and not nobody look at that? It's like the last I checked, it wasn't legal to run an escort service in New York City. Hey, Sammy, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing, Sammy? So I gotta hit you up to see how you doing. I miss you, Sammy. You doing great? Sammy, do you come on here anymore? I told South City girl I haven't seen you. You know, I'll come over there and support you when I can. You know, I had a lot going on. Life is life, and life is life. And Sammy, you're gonna love my new song. It's right up your alley. Did you hear my new song yet? It's called Knockout, Coming with the Heat. Yeah, I got a site to tell you about. Okay. After this, can I call you on the I to the Jeezy? I'll send you my number on the I to the Jeezy so we could talk direct. You know what I'm saying? Just talking on that I to the Jeezy thing. I'm gonna send you my number. Okay, I'll send it after we get off. I'll send you my number. We could talk direct. The I to the Jeezy. That's for like So you peoples. So I'm gonna give you my number, and you call me direct. Is it the E? Is it the E side? I went on the E to the PIC, y'all. And these apps, right? I'm gonna tell you like this, and a lot of things that Semi was venting about is right. Like a lot of people don't appreciate good content. A lot of people don't appreciate. Look how much I had to do, and Semi was here before I went to the Diddy trial, so she's seen it from the beginning, before the Diddy trial. You know what I'm saying? We was applauding when I had 20 people in here. Today, the numbers is kind of low because I got on late, right? But, she was applauding it when I had 10, 20 numbers in there. We was ecstatic, right? And then it took, yes, that's the one. That's the east side. Yeah, I went on there, Sammy. It's giving pyramid scheme again. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it, I'm going to keep at it. Right? But to me, it's a trade. I'll talk to you about it. I feel it's another favorite. It's going to turn into another favorite. The only thing I like better about the east side is that you can do content on there. You can do content. You can put your videos up. So I like that about the site. But I don't like it that the people that's on top stay on top and the people that's on the bottom stay on bottom, unless you bring people over to drop money on you. And they should push good content too. If you got good content, I feel like you should go to the top. The one thing I like about the clock is if you got something good, they will push you out. Now, the method to the madness on how they push you out, right? How they put you out is questionable, right? But if I go to a parade and a lot of people are watching it, they will push you out. Yeah, you can earn coins. You can earn coins from your content, Sammy. But every time I go over there, I stay on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to follow you on there. I'm going to give it a chance. But every time I go over there, I'm doing great content, but the app doesn't push me up. And you got to have activity in the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes, if you don't have any activity, you're a sunken ship over there. All right, everybody. Everybody tapify. Everybody share. We're just getting started. Okay. We are now on all platforms simultaneously. We are streaming on the Y, the Face to the Booksy, The I, not the I to the Jeezy yet. I can figure that out. Thank you so much, Humble. Thank you. The XE, right? And me and South City will show you support. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. It's the same name. Same name. Follow me, I'll follow you back. You know, I wish they would do panels over there so we could all get up and talk, right? But I'll definitely come over and show support to you guys. You know what I'm saying? When you go on, I'll give you my number. You just say, hey, I'm going on at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever. All right. All right. Everybody come on in. We're going to get into some hot topics today. All right. The thing that the parcel for tea. Let me wipe this window off. Hold on. Let me wipe this off so this is clear. So the person that we don't like to talk about, but we kind of have to because he's all over the daggone place and we can't help it. All right. Oh, he's over there down the street messing with those people. And we writing checks that our behind can't cash. Now, somebody told me that, you know, they think his plan is to keep the warification going on till November, till the midterms come up. He ain't going to keep that war going on till November. Iran doesn't have enough resources to keep warring until November. They're going to retreat. They don't have all these resources that we got. You know how much money that we're spending on the war? Sounds good sometimes you freezing and you come back. Oh, is it freezing? Let me lower it again. Is it still freezing? Is it still freezing, Zoe? Hold on. Let me lower it down. Is it still freezing? Hey, Lizzie? Hey, so is it still freezing? Are you good? Sometimes you freezing and you come back. Oh yeah. See, I gotta get rid of the browser. So I gotta get rid of this browser, y'all. That's what it is. Is it still freezing or it's good? Hey, Miss KO from the hey, what's up? Is it still freezing over there, Zoe? Or am I good? Is it still freezing? Otherwise, I gotta close this other browser. I gotta close the other browser if it's freezing. I lowered the camera definition again. So is it good or yes or no? Lizzie, is it good over there? Is it freezing? Yes or no? Hey, Jean Gray. You're funny. Am I freezing? Yes or no? I'm waiting for somebody to answer me. So I lowered the camera again to the lowest quality. On my tablet won't let me write. You're good now. Okay, good. I lowered the camera again. Okay. No, you're good. Oh, okay, cool. So I lowered the camera to the lowest resolution. Hey, that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. I think when I go to the, okay, I'm going to go back up to the highest, the higher resolution. Let's see. Okay, now tell me, am I good? Wait a minute. Wait a little minute. Okay, wait a little minute. Tell me, am I good? All right, so I went back up to the little bit more higher resolution. So everybody come on in. All right. So Mel went down the court and we're going to see what he says when he comes back. He'll probably be online. He might be online now. Is he online now? Let's see if Mel is online now. Let's see. Let me see if Mel is online. So Mel said that he was going to come back and talk about he was going to come back and talk about Cowboys for Angels. Now, Cowboys for Angels. Okay, I don't think he's. Oh yeah, he's live. He's live. Let's see. Let me see if he might be talking about that. I mean, he might have talked because it's about team. He might have talked about Angels, right? When we had the Diddy trial, Cowboys for Angels is allegedly who Diddy got his escortifications from, right? And all through the court, let's see what Mel is talking about. Oh, I think he's just coming on live. Okay, he's just coming on. So all through the court case, I was like, wow, I wonder why the feds ain't looking at Cowboys for Angel. Like they're running an escort service, right? Hey, Shalea, hey, how you doing? Oh, you saying hi to Shalea. Hancock saying hi to everybody. All the ladies Hancock is saying hi to. I'm going to have to call. You need to change your name to Romeo Hancock. So all through the case, I wondered, I said, why isn't Cowboys for Angels getting looked at? They're running a whole escort service. And the last I looked, right, I don't think escorting service certification is legal in New York. Now you might get away with it in Las Vegas, and they got all the pimpifications out there. But the last I looked, you can't run an escort. So I was like, why ain't the feds looking? The feds didn't look at a lot of stuff. The feds didn't look at the pum-pums, lucky for Diddy. The feds didn't look at all the pum-pums. They didn't look at all the pharmaceuticals he had. And they didn't look at the escort service. But now they're looking at the escort service. Right? So now, what are they in court for? That's the question we all want to know. Now, Mel went to the court and he said he's going to come back and talk about it. And I guess he's going to tell us, right, why they're in court. Let me see if I could go to my notes, right? What is Cowboys for Angels? Let's see, Angels in federal court form. Okay, so let's see, give me full details. Okay, so let's go to our notes and let's see if we can find out why then. Now the case just started. They made their first appearance today. Okay. So let's see, it's looking it up. Okay, we're gonna see. All right. In the meantime, so they must have did something to what happened to MediaTakeout.com. I go in there to be nosy every once in a while, look at stories and stuff like that. And now it goes to some Getty images of Cardi. Does that mean Cardi might have had them taken down? Right? Yes, we had 14K, everybody. What's up with Diddy? Anything? What's up with Diddy is back in court next month. Diddy is back in court very soon. I'm going to update you on that. All right. I am going to update you on that. Diddy is in court. I told you the vultures are watching me. They don't come in my live unless they want to pass through and try to press that button. Thank you so much, South City girl. Thank you, South City girl. Thank you. South City girl is here. These are people that been here before I went to the Diddy trial, when we were sitting here having fun, by ourselves. But now we have a bigger community, and I really appreciate them for circling back and still supporting Miss Knockout. And, we all need to grow together. Whether you're just watching or whether you want to be a content creator, say everybody follow Semi. Semi wants to do content creator. I wish he would stick it out over here. TikTok is about consistency. I had to kiss a lot of frogs before I got to the prince over here. Okay, so you got to have a lot of patience. Hey, Deshaun. Hey, everybody. Hey, Donna. Girl, of course, we still here. We love you, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. It's quiet. I like quiet. Good morning, everyone. Everybody's coming in slowly. Yes, I got on here late because I am burning the candles on every side because life on me. Life keeps lifing on me, and I keep burning the candles, all this stuff. I got my event. I got my meet and greet coming up. I'm going to put the flyer up. You got only till the 20th to see if you want to go to the event. All right, you got to the 20th. I'm going to put it up. If you could get rooms in Atlantic City, you can. If you want to get rooms with the hotel is a little bit pricey that we're in, but you might not care. All right, so if you want to get rooms with the telly, you can. If you want to get rooms besides yourself, you can. I recommend going on booking.com. That's how we got our rooms. We got 2 days for like $138. Me and my friends, you know what I'm saying? So thank you, Sammy. Thank you so much, Sammy. Look at Sammy in her cool glasses over there. She is always nice with the graphics. She does some really good graphics on her videos. She is an editing queen. Everybody follows Sammy. And thank you so much, Andrea. Everybody follow everybody. And let's all grow together. People say, "Oh, let's grow together. Oh, it's a lot of money out here for everybody." And they say all this stuff, right? But do you really mean it? Do you really mean it? Because if you really mean it, you would support whoever you could support. Yes, we know life is lifing. We know that. I got lifing on me. But when I get a minute, and if I see Sammy, I look over at the corner of my eye, right? Thank you so much, Sammy, for the scratch. Thank you so much. Hey, Spooky. How good? Hey, what's up, y'all? I promise I'm going to get on earlier. I promise y'all. It's this life is lifing for me. Life is lifing for me. Okay, we're going to get to this hot topics in a minute. All right. See, does not appear in federal court criminal indictment of its own. His name is okay. So, Kyle's Voice for Angel is named as a defendant in a federal civil law school. So they're not in a criminal case; they're in a federal civil suit. So we're going to dig more into Cowboys for Angels, which was the escort service. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Everybody come on in. Everybody keep tapifying, keep sharifying. Join the super fans. I also have the Discord. Everything's in my Linktree. Join the Discord. Sammy, South City Girl, join the Discord. So Sammy, you could put in there when you're going live. All right. On it, you could put everything in there. It's not like on here. We could talk about much more in there. We can have meetings and everything. That way we can organize. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all for everybody forming like a family and us all growing together. You know what I'm saying? As I come over there, I drop on Sammy and we go all around. We need to create a family. I want to create a family over there called the Knockouts, right? I want to call it the Knockouts. I want everybody put the boxing glove, right? Everybody's coming from here to the e-applet for you know where, right? It's in my Linktree, right? And we could all organize over there and do just like they're doing, because the people at the top stay at the top, and the people at the bottom stay at the bottom. The owners of the e-app need to change their algorithm. I'm going to write them a nice little letter. I got their names of the owners of the e-app. What's up, host? What's up? I got their names and I got their info. And I'm going to write them a nice little letter about changing their algorithm so that if Semi comes on and she wants to do content and she wants to sit there and talk to people, she's not teaching how to use the e-app, and she's not in there talking about get in the bubble, let's grow, let's go, the let's grow people. She want to do her own content. So why can't we thrive? Why we got to sit on the bottom, right? Because the first 5 minutes, we didn't have people come in and drop on us. So that's what the secret is over there, Semi, is the first 5 minutes, you got to have people come over there and drop on you. So we got to organize in the Discord, right? And you say, okay, Semi says, okay, everybody, I'm going on at 8 o'clock. All right. So everybody powers up. And then when Semi goes on at 8 o'clock, the first 5 minutes, we power bomber. So Semi can move up. Right. And you don't have to say, you have to stay in the live or whole time. You stay in there for a little bit. And then once she gets up, other people are going to come in. And then that's how she gets new people. And we need to keep doing that to everybody. Everybody make a different time. Right. And then everybody come over and power bomb them. And then once you get up, you just have your content ready. You just have what you're going to talk about. I feel like Semi, you play the jazz music, right? And you might not do hot topics like me, but you are good with talking about stuff just in general. Just generally talk like I would be like you're talking to your homegirls in the living room type broadcast. I feel like that's good for you. I'm about to try when I go on. Okay, are you on there too? Make sure y'all all follow me and make sure you get in the Discord so we can organize. We need to organize this. We need to organize. We need to go into discordification so we could talk, right? And everybody needs to go on at different times. I got another device here. Right over here, I got another phone. I'm getting ready to fix the screen on my other phone. So I could come off of whatever I'm on, and then while I'm on here, I could come in there and power bomb you right where I'm on the live. I could do two things at once. Yeah, go in my Linktree, Sammy, and go down my links and join my Discord so we could get in there and talk. And we're gonna organize, and we're gonna tear that mother freaking up. We're gonna tear it up over there. All right, everybody, let's get back on the hot topics track. Okay, I know you're getting application 101. Application 101, you know what I'm saying? So we can't fully say the name because, you know, the clock don't like that. So we got to talk in other places. That's why we need to join the disc to the cord so we could talk freely. And then I can also pull you all up and we can have a meeting over there, right? That we need to organize. Everybody needs to go on at different times. Like Callie, it's Kalila's in Cali. She's 3 hours behind us, right? If she goes on at 12 o'clock here in the East Coast, it's 12 o'clock and it's earlier there. But if she goes on 6 o'clock, 5-4 is 3 o'clock here. So it's a difference, right? I think Semi's on the East Coast, but everybody needs to collaborate times so that we're all not going on at the same time. So that way we can all come in and power bomb you, right? And so until we get you up at the top, then everybody else will come in. Once you get to the top of that list, then people are going to click on you because they're going to see what you're doing. It's all about support. It is all about the support, host. It is all about support. You know, there's powers enough. It's 9:27 here now. It is. Well, if you're going on to eat, even today, if you're going on to eat today, I think I gotta reload, right? Look, the Y to the TZ is like, what is Knockout talking about? She's supposed to be talking about hot topics. She's talking about the amplifications. But we got to talk about this because we got to organize. We can't let we're watching other people get winning. It's like, why can't we win? But we got to organize, and there's power in numbers. Everybody got a little change. Ain't nobody rich, but we got a little change to spread around. You know what I'm saying? We got a little change to spread around. And we need the key over there. And I'm telling you, what I learned over there is you got to have everybody power bomb you in the first 5 minutes. Now, why they did it like that, I don't know. I don't care for it. I don't like it. I don't feel like it should go like that. But the amplification is doing things so they can make money from there. They're doing things from a business standpoint, not from us wanting our content to get out there standpoint, right? Red may be my favorite color on you. Is that or the blonde? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is my knockout coming with the heat here. I got to go do some visuals soon, okay? It's showtime at the Apollo. Kiki Shepard. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Kiki Shepard passed away. Wow. Wow. R.I.P. to Kiki Shepard. R.I.P. to DJ Lord Sear, was a famous DJ, right? He was on Shade 45. He did a lot of things coming up in hip hop. He on the live suddenly. Okay, it just makes you look hot. Thank you so much, Kalila. I want to get a chocolate brown next. I want to get a check because you know you can't wear all this red on set. They'll typecast you, right? Or the makeup would be like, oh, can you wear your natural hair? The red is going to attract too much attention. They want you to be, a peon. So, blend into the crowd, girl. Who you think you are? Superwoman? Thank you, Sammy. So did everybody realize that it's St. Patty's Day? Oh, no. I'm going to be honest. I completely forgot it's St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day is the last thing on my mind. Now, David's out at the parade. We might watch him for a little bit. He's out at the parade, but St. Patty's Day, I'm over here trying to keep air in my lungs. Life is lifing. The bills got to get paid. So one problem come up, you get rid of one problem, another problem comes up. And then you got that man that starts with a T going on down the street messing with why are you messing with those people? We got to watch our back from that. We got to watch where we're going. We got to watch what we're doing. Exactly what you said. Yeah. It's like all kinds of stuff. St. Patty's Day was the last thing on my mind. And my ancestry DNA says that I got a little Irish in me, but not like 6%. 6%. The closest thing I know to Irish being Irish is drinking a Heinekenification. Okay? You got green hair? I do got green hair. But like I said, Kalila, I didn't even realize it was St. Patty's Day. I would have worn my green. I'm glad you're still staying strong. Yeah, you got to stay strong. There's no other option, Semi. There's no other option. You know what I'm saying? The key is moving forward. You sometimes you got to forget a lot of things in your past, right? You have to forget a lot of things in your past. You got to let go of a lot of things in your past. You got to let go people that are not serving your purpose of where you want to go. You got to let them go. You got to become a whole new person. Because if you don't, you're going to keep harping in the past, living in the past, venting about the past. You know, I try to get myself out of venting that people don't support me. I try to take myself out of that because I said if I keep venting about that, right, it's going to make their non-support stronger. So I need to look into the future and become within myself who I really want to be. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in that old body doing old things. So I'm in the process of taking myself and placing myself in a vision of where I see myself. I want to be played on the radio, on network radio. I want my song Knockout Coming with the Heat on network radio. I want to be a guest star and then a series regular on somebody's show. I want my own podcast and my own show evolve from this, right? And if I want to become that, then I can't be who I was, because being who you was, it weighs you down with all the problems of who you was. And you got to free yourself of all those problems because you can't do nothing about it. But people do support you. You have a lot. Oh, yes. People, that's exactly my point, Kalila. That's why my mind shouldn't go back to the people that don't support me, because I got a lot of people that do support me. I went from 30 listeners on Spotify to about 1,000. It dropped a little bit to about 900. But still, that's more than I had before. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Simmons hit me up yesterday. He said, Knockout, I let Ralph Tresvant hear your song. He said he's like, oh, wow, I like this. He let Ralph Tresvant. He's with New Edition. He was at the New Edition show. He was backstage. He let Ralph Tresvant hear my song. You know what I'm saying? You got to move forward so that you can be who, and that's no matter what you do. And what kind of, you might not be entertainment. You might be in an executive. You might want to start your own business. You might want to do whatever. You might want to go back to school. You might want to get in politics. You might want to do whatever. But in order to do things, I'm finding out that you got to let go who you was to become who you need to be. And I'm slowly getting out of that. And it's exactly what Kalila just said. But you do got a lot of people that support you. Exactly. So I need to stop thinking about the people that's not, because they always going to be not. They always going to do what they're doing. They always going to be doing their little tricks or whatever they're doing that's irking you. And you got to get your mind off of that and get your mind over what is. Well, who is supporting you? Who is loving what you're doing? Who is, getting something out of what I talk about? Whether it's information or inspiration. Yeah, thank you so much, South City Girl. Thank you for all the taps. I appreciate everybody that's tapping, sharing, whatever you're doing here. I appreciate it. I'm not a power beggar. I mean, supporting the community goes a long way. It keeps me here, right? But I refuse to be a power beggar, putting people in positions like I want people to want to support me. I want y'all to want to support me. I don't want people to be like, I gotta do this. No, I want people to want to, like, I'm enjoying myself over here. I want to support them. That's what kind of community and brand I want to build. A lot of people on the clock, they build a community where you feel when you go over there, you gotta support them. People dropping universes and houses and dinosaurs and all kinds of crap. And you feel like you in competition with them. You know what I'm saying? You get in that mindset. Yes, me too. The tap. Thank you so much for the tap. I appreciate every little thing y'all do. The shares, the tap, repost it, put in your stories because the clock, the clock struggles with pushing me out. The clock don't like the real. You know what I'm saying? They like it real fake. They like the power beggars. The power beggars, they making 16,000 a week. How you making 16,000 a week? What are you really doing that you making 16,000 a week? And then you go to their live and they're just sitting there power begging. No, drop me a uni. Drop me a uni. That's all they're doing. Oh, here goes Mel. Let's see what Mel is talking about.
So Cassie had called him and said, listen, my husband, she actually used.
Oh, let's start from the beginning.
Cowboys and angels. What's that all about, right?
Let's get him up here. Let's get him up here. Hold on, we listening. We're gonna get him up here.
9 weeks, including jury selection.
Y'all can't see it on the other places because we can't, we don't want to show it on the wall.
One of the first witnesses that
we
had the
let's get him up here.
Both sides, the prosecutors as well as the defense. Started off with the first witness in the case. We're all sitting in court trying to figure out what is all of this about. We did hear various claims that would be developed about.
Okay, hold on, y'all. We're gonna start it from the beginning. All right, everybody, come on in. We're gonna listen to Mel and we're gonna find out like what went down, in the court. Like I said, Cowboys for Angels is in a civil suit, right? They're not in a criminal suit. Now, I can't understand why in New York City you're allowed to run an escort service. I don't understand how that is, but it is, right? All right, y'all. So let the commercials play out. So Mel went down near the court, and he's talking about what all happened at the courtroom. Yeah. Okay, let's fast forward this. Let's fast forward. Okay, here it goes. Okay, let's listen.
Battery 50%. Connected to HY300 Pro. And MICHELLEVRAC.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
One of the individuals that the judge was speaking about was this man who owned Cowboys and Angels. Well, who is Cowboys and Angels? What's that all about, right?
Go back. Let's start from the beginning, y'all. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
World, our morning briefing, and definitely we're going to be very brief. Today I will be in court in regards to a case that is associated with Sean Diddy Combs. When Sean Diddy Combs' case was ending, there were several individuals that were listed as co-conspirators, right? One of the individuals that the judge was speaking about was this man who owns Cowboys and Angels. Well, who is Cowboys and Angels? What's that about, right? As we attended Sean Diddy Combs for 9 weeks, including jury selection, it was quite the trial of the age, I must say. But one of the first witnesses, after we had the opening statements from both sides, the prosecutors as well as the defense, we started off with the first witness in the case. We're all sitting in court trying to figure out what is all of this about. We did hear some of the various claims that would be developed about Sean Diddy Combs over the course of his case. The first individual that walked in was a male wearing a suit. Seemed like a guy that worked out. He seemed pretty buff. He walks in on the right side of the courtroom. That particular day, I happened to be sitting on the far right in the middle aisle. He comes in, he walks as though he's pretty confident type of guy. He's escorted up, he takes the stand. He begins to explain, actually started off as a dancer, and that one day, I believe it was Holmes' birthday, and so Cassie had called him and said, "Listen, my husband," she actually used the word husband, I want to make this whole arrangement for him. He arrived at the door, and one of the things that this man, Mr. Phillips, actually said, he said that Cassie was so beautiful, he really would have done it for free. But anyway, he was hired for a couple $100 to do a dance. As he approached, he thought he would be dancing for a group of females, but he described how once he came into the property, Cassie had told him, "Listen, this is more of something I want to do for my husband." She had conned Sean Diddy Combs at that day, at that moment in court. And everything I'm saying today is coming from court record, okay? Not something I want to fabricate or add to or take away. But anyway, she said that she wanted to offer even more money for him to go beyond the scope of dancing, okay? So you get the drift of how this all developed. So then he agreed, like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And that's when he went into the room and he saw a male sitting in the corner.
Okay, I gotta stop it.
And what he described is that this male had
Because
his face obscured in some way.
everybody that's coming in, I gotta stop it every once in a while because we are on the Y to the TZ, and this is called reaction. So we gotta stop it every once in a while because they got their own rules over there. So we're listening to Mel. It's watching the world 777. He went down to court today. Okay, Cowboys for Angels, who was the escort service that Diddy used with Cassie. Okay, they're in court and they have a civil case, and that's what they're talking about. So everybody that's coming in, let's tapify, let's sharefy, let's listen to Mel.
And he later figured it out that it was Sean Diddy Combs because he recognized the voice, right? Take that, take that. You hear Diddy saying various things throughout his songs. Recognize the guy's voice. I say all of this to help you guys understand the individual today. His name is Garen James, who's going to be in court. I have to head there in about 10 minutes, so I'll be very brief. He is allegedly the owner of the company that was used, and I believe, as stated in court, Cassie had called. It's called Cowboys and Angels, and I believe they're based out of Florida, from what I can determine from records, okay? So today, one of the male individuals, I believe, that worked for Cowboys and Angels, I believe he's now suing Sean Diddy Combs and the owner because of some weird transactions. So today I want to warn you that this court records that I'm going to go through involve some homosexuality behavior. Now, this is all court record from someone. Anyone can go and file a court case and they can make these allegations. Just because these words are in court documents does not mean that it actually happened. But this is the initial claim to put the court on notice as to what you felt happened to you. So at any rate, let me breeze through this, and I want you guys to really pay attention. But this is what I will be seeing in court today. More than likely, I'll see the individuals. This guy started off as a John Doe, so it is a man. He started off trying to hide his identity, but I believe the court made him reveal it. So let's get to it really quick.
What you want to ask, Alicia?
Warning here. This is some heavy metal type of stuff. Probably not something you want to hear if you're sensitive to these type of subjects. But this is the court documentation I'm going to go through with you briefly before I head to court. So that way, when I get to court and I start to brief you, you can have an idea what this is all about. I hope he changes the words around a little bit. I'm going to break this down for you right now. So you have the individuals involved is John Doe initially and Sean Combs. Somehow Garen James is involved in this. Now keep in mind, he's also
okay. So John Doe is a man. Okay, John Doe is a man. Okay, so Mel said the man was invited to go and dancify for Cassie, and when he got there, she said, "Look, I'm really doing this, for my husband." The same thing throughout the whole lawsuit, which we watched, what she did with E. Clayton Howard and all the other escorts. Okay, so now he's getting ready to go to detail. I do got to stop and commentate because, like I said, I'm on the Y and they got different rules, okay? And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sammy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shalea. Hey, Shalea. So let's listen.
In the hot seat attached to Diddy from his big case that I covered, right? So it seems that Gary James may have a lot to consider here. But anyway, it says plaintiff John Doe, and through his attorneys, it talks about
we got to find that paperwork
against Sean Diddy Combs. Okay, somehow along the line it ties into Gary James. But anyway, preliminary under the guise of the services,
okay,
Sean Combs lured this guy John Doe to be sexually assaulted, and then threatened him to stay quiet. He says, "You better not say a word to anybody. Did you hear me?" And then he says, "I'm not effing playing around with you. If I can get a pack hit," and this is kind of aggressive, so I'm going to pass that. I don't want to be saying all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so number
we're gonna
two,
get the paperwork out.
Individual. The defendant is Sean Combs. And again, we're focusing today is the part about Gary James. So that's all going to materialize today. All right, let's get through some of this. Number 5, venue, proper district. Okay, here we go. Number 6, in 2012, John Doe was a contractor for a male companion service based out of Florida. Okay, number 7, after initially meeting Combs through...
I wonder, was that the man that was in the orange jumpsuit talking in the jailification about Diddy? I wonder, was that? What was his name, y'all? Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Remember the man who was talking about Diddy way before all of this happened? And they were locking, firing him up for doing something at Mar-a-Lago? Doing something at Trump's place, they locked, but then he kept on, he was in the jail and he kept talking about Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. And then they said, "Why are you talking about Diddy so much?" Remember that guy? Then he disappeared and everybody thought he was going to be in the case. I wonder, is that the same guy? We're going to find out. But let's listen. I'm going to get the paper. Okay, Sammy, love you. After I get off here, I'm going to touch base with you. All right, let's listen to Mel, y'all. Let's listen to Mel.
The service,
we're gonna organize
over travel from Florida, where he resides, to New York, okay, at Sean Combs' request. Number 8, when Doe arrived at the Intercontinental Hotel in New York City, he was brought into a suite where Combs soon ordered Doe to perform, we'll call it actual acts upon a female companion of Combs, okay? That female has not been identified so far. Number 9 says during the time, Combs had Doe drink from a water bottle, and then Combs rubbed baby oil all over Doe's body, one or both of which made Doe feel as if he had been, we're going to say, instead of using the word against YouTube policy, we're going to say it was rubbed, okay, but you get the real word, and not in complete control of his body. So, very similar to what we heard from other witnesses in the case, and also with the Alexander brothers. We have individuals saying that they drunk something and they lost control of their
Harlem Nights
senses.
is here.
My drift, right?
Everybody come on in. It's a new lawsuit. Cowboys for Angels is involved. It involves one of their e-workers, and it involves Diddy. All right, so here we go again. Let's listen.
Okay.
Hey, Harlem.
Number 10, Doe was directed by Combs to perform oral and the penetration, okay, on a female companion for multiple hours, degrading her and directing Doe to degrade and perform degrading acts on her. So again, I'm warning you, this is some strong language. Number 11, after these acts concluded, Doe went to the bathroom. So this is where it gets sticky, okay? Number 12, while in the bathroom, Combs entered and said, "I really want you to stay. Let's turn up, okay?" Number 13, Doe reiterated he was not feeling well and needed to leave. Combs replied saying, "No, we're going to have some fun," and grabbed Doe by his organ while he began to simultaneously touch himself. So this is where it gets a little weird. Okay, number 14 says, this whole thing is weird, but you get my drift. Number 14, Combs then led Doe's private part and began inserting his finger into Doe's, backside. Number 15, he continued to assault, pinning Doe to the wall and forcing his private part into Doe's rear end. Doe continually told Combs to stop, screaming no because he was in pain.
Let me stop right there. I'm going to say, like, for me, right, knowing the history of this case, wow, this is crazy, right? This is getting crazy, y'all. But for me, right, for me, everybody sherified, people are missing this. You know, people, I don't know why people don't come in my room no more. I know today I've got on a little late. I know they come in when I come. We're gonna go back over this tomorrow morning. I'm gonna make it a point to come on early. Tomorrow I'll probably be on Watching the World on Mel's show. Okay, so me and Mel is working together. We probably do some panels too at night, but I got to get my sleep schedule. You know, yesterday I was up to 2 a.m, but I was up researching and learning these programs. So I got to like do better time management because I need to get up like at least 5 a.m. so I could get to you guys. Right. But I've never heard in Diddy's case, I've never heard him doing man-on-man activity. This is the first I'm hearing it. So I'm like, is this a money grab or is this really true? Because I feel like this person, and this is only a theory, and everything's all a legend in here. Everything's all a legend, and this is only a theory. I feel like this person is doing a money grab and playing on what everybody thinks about Diddy, in which is that, you know, he is, the H word, you know, a happy person. Hold on, y'all. And we didn't hear about any activities in the case. We didn't hear about that, right? We didn't hear about it. Hold on, y'all. We didn't hear about any activities in the case. We didn't hear about it, right? So is this a money grab? Is the person telling his stories because they're playing on the fact that people do think that he is the G word and that they're going to believe it? Or is it really true? Yeah, unless the other cases were ordered to leave it out. No, but Liz, the feds don't leave nothing out. If the feds know about any H or G acts, they're going to put it in there because it's going to make the case better. They can't order them to leave that out. Anything that they can find, they're going to put it in there. Right? So let's continue, though. This is getting graphic and crazy. Let's listen.
So this is a guy that was a worker. He was a sex worker, and now he's getting, assaulted here. According to, this is what is filed in court, okay? So this is court documents, public record, but this is all tied in connection with today. 15, he continued to assault, pinning Doe to the wall and forcing his private, so this is out of control. So this is where, for Sean Diddy Combs' case, his main court case where I attended his trial, there was never any conversation about him. In fact, that same day, when I told you the first witness came in because Cassie was witness number 2, okay? All right, so I was in court for each day in the main courtroom, sitting behind Diddy. Again, whether it's true or not, sometimes these actions get settled. We have different attorneys, so we'll have criminal defense attorney.
Thank you so much for the
Johnson
orange heart. Thank you.
Come on and explain to us what this is all about.
Thank
However,
you.
when it came to the first actual worker, he did state that Cassie told.
So everybody come on in. We got another case with Diddy. This is a civil suit with a worker from Cowboy for Angels. He is a man, and he is allegedly saying that Diddy sexual assaulted him in the midst of him coming there to do things with Cassie, in which they did with the other workers. Thank you, Oni. Thank you so much, Oni. Oni in the chat. Thank you so much, Oni. I appreciate you. So it's like I'm side-eyeing it because I didn't hear about any activities like this in the whole court case. And believe me, if the feds found anything like this, they will be glad to present it. Right? Let's listen.
Her husband is not gay. Okay, so that's the only time there was some weird action that we discussed previously on the channel that involved some male, liquid. We're going to say it was kind of weird with nipples, all that weird stuff. But
Wow.
as far as these allegations here, I heard nothing of a sort
See, he's saying
in
the
Sean
same
Diddy
thing.
Combs'
He's
main
saying the
trial.
same thing.
Okay. So today,
and that's why it's suspect. Now, what he said was, and I seen that too, they did mention something where Cassie had the man milk, right? And then Howard said she was taking the man milk and allegedly Diddy was rubbing it on his tatas, right? Hey, catalog, thank you for the roses, right? But this straight on G activity, I don't know. If it feels like, unfortunately, this could be a money grab. Because how could you prove this? How could you prove this? Let's listen.
that's what this case is going to be about. I'm going to head out now to court and try to make a determination. Today is the order to show cause.
Oh, he
So the
stays on a
individual
long
that's
time.
brought forth doesn't mean that he's guilty of anything at this point. These are just court documents that I often review before I actually go to court and listen. And as I sit through court, if there's something outstanding, I'll come out and I'll report about it. But typically, I'll report on it at night. But I will be, as I typically do, filming the New York, the whole process of going to court for those of you who like seeing what's happening in New York today. So this case seems to be a little bit different than what I've seen so far with Sean Diddy Combs. So I definitely will keep you guys in the loop. Let's see, we have linemen coming in. Before we switch and start talking about Nancy Guthrie, I wanted to get to some of your comments, see who's here in the building. Okay, Spartan says, have you ever danced on the show?
So now he's going to go into Nancy Guthrie. So that's a new case brewing. I'll probably be at the next date. Okay, I'll probably be at the next date. I didn't make it to this date because I felt like it was probably going to be really quick. I am going to get a hold of the paperwork. We will go over the paperwork and stuff. And we will go over the paperwork and get deep down in it on what this case entails. And yet another civil suit. All right. So let's move on over to Nancy Guthrie. What is the new updates in the Nancy Guthrie case? Now, as you know, everybody who has been under a rock or whatever, Nancy Guthrie is the mother of Savannah Guthrie, who is on a Today Show. She's a host. And all of a sudden, her mother went missing after she went and did game night with her family. And they're still, long story short, trying to figure out who took her, what happened, going through all the events. My thing is, why can't any other case they figure out? I go on plenty of police cams, 48-hour show. They figure out stuff right away. If they don't figure out the whole thing, they get clues. On this case, is no clues. They got the son. They don't got the son. They got the car. What they doing with the car, we don't know. Right? The son is around, so you know he's going to have DNA or whatever because you know that's his grandmother or his mother. So he's going to be around. But my thing is, why aren't they getting a handle on who took this woman, right? And my guess is because whoever to go and take her got a highly skill-setted person to snatch her up. The person who went and abducted this lady is highly like a Navy SEAL type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's pull up any updates, and we're gonna go to some video form. But let's pull up some updates of what's going on with the case. All right. Well, hold on. Let me pull up my notes. Everybody come on in. Everybody Tapify. Everybody Sharefy. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live. This is Hot Topics with Ms. Knockout. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join. Okay. So Nancy Guthrie latest updates. I did see that they had some more pictures on the ring cam, but hey, what are you doing with these pictures? You can have 1,000 pictures on the ring cam. What is it doing for the case? What is it doing? I feel like they got a highly skilled person to do whatever they did to this woman. It's not people of ordinary skill set, right? Hey, Chiquita. Hey, how are you today? What's up with you? I hope you're feeling good. All right. So let's see. Investigators say the case is still active. There's no arrest has been made. As of course, the FBI recently recovered additional images from the motion-activated cameras on Nancy Guthrie's property, including the cameras covering the pool in the backyard and the side of the yard. The reports say that these images show people on the property before the abduction. So those cameras show people on the property before the abduction, right? And law enforcement activity afterwards, but there's still no useful video from the night she disappeared. And now that could partially be, right? Loving your red. Oh, thank you so much. Everybody likes the red, huh? Thank you. Little Red Riding Hood. Now that could in portion be because, remember, whoever came in that porch took those shrubs and covered the camera. And why did he do that? So you can't see what he's doing. So you can't get any more clues. But did he go to the side of the house? Did he go to the camera by the pool? Did he go? I don't know. But he surely covered that front camera up. So the authorities now are reportedly focusing on the 2 days before the disappearance. So they're going back in time and said, let's go back and see what happened around the house 2 days before the appearance. Did somebody case out the joint? Did somebody come visit, come look around? Who are these people? Right? January 11th and through January 24th, because they believe whoever took her may have been watching the home in advance, aka casing out the joint. Okay? You're doing a crime, allegedly, you're going to be casing out the joint. Either you're going to send somebody to case it out or you're going to case it out. Right? So they believe that whoever took her might have came beforehand, so they're going to review that security footage. Law enforcement has publicly said that they believe that Nancy Guthrie was targeted. I'm sitting here in my little studio in my home, broadcasting on the clock and other places, and I know that. Tell us something we don't know. They believe Nancy Guthrie was targeted. Duh. Would you think? And Sheriff Chris Nanos has warned that the person responsibly could potentially strike again. Who are they going to strike again? Are they going to take somebody else? Who are they going to take? The brother, the sister? Savannah might be like, you can keep them. Are they going to take Savannah herself? Says, Savannah, girl, you in danger. They might strike again on who? On her or somebody else? Strike again. That's an interesting thing. Surveillance of the masked man near the home and ongoing review of DNA, video, and lab evidence they're reviewing. Some reports say that investigators say the suspect may have been more than one person involved. They find missing kids all over, but they can't find her. Why? Exactly. My theory is, like I said the other day, they're looking in this area when they should be looking over here in this area. Whoever did it is smart. They got them looking for the wrong people. But the people that really did it is over here, but we looking over there. That's what I think is going on. Now, what's over there? I don't want to say, because I don't want to accuse nobody. But keep this in mind, okay? And I'm not accusing nobody, but I want you to keep this in mind. Savannah Guthrie interviewed the victims in 2019 from the EpiPen files. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So you put a pin in that in your mind and you think about all the possible thinking things that can happen. Now, this is 2019, before anything really, like, we knew about Epstein, we knew about the victims, we knew about the island, but it's not like it is now. We didn't have the files, we didn't, have the info, but it was a lot of victims being interviewed, and there was a lot of victims being interviewed before that about the man whose name starts with a T. But we won't get into that because, he could do nothing wrong. But keep that in mind. Savannah did interview in 2019 the victims from the EpiPen Islands and Files. Keep that in mind. Are those the people that's over there? I don't know. But we looking over here, and over here is turning up nothing. Right? So they said that they can potentially strike again. Yeah, they're going to strike again. They're striking again now, all over the place. At the same time, officials may believe they may understand the motive. What is the motive, officials? You don't want to tell us? Thank you, Deshaun, for the share. Thank you. What's up, Nadine? Why you don't want to tell us the motive? But they have not publicly disclosed it and have not named a suspect. Yeah, they're not disclosing it because why? Because the person who took us, the person who allegedly took Nancy Guthrie, is watching these lives with us. He's probably watching me right now. He's like, wow, Miss Knockout is on to us. Come on out, Knockout. See, I ain't opening my door. The people in my building is going to get you, and I'm going to call a cop, and the fire department's right down the block. See, Nancy Guthrie was in an area where, it's spread out. She's in the forest and the desert. See, I'm in the area that if you come on out, I ain't going out nowhere. I'm calling the cops. I'm going to say, hey, hello. Yeah, I got some stranger at my door. I don't know who the hell he is. I'll never open my door. See, Nancy Guthrie had a back door, side door, a pool, windows. For me, you got to climb all the way up to the top floor to get in my window because I'm up to the sky. I'm up to the sky. You better have your Spider-Man suction cups to come up on here. All right? Hey, Shalea is back. What's up, Shalea? So, yeah. So, evidence publicly described in the coverage includes a bloodification at the scene matching Nancy Guthrie's DNA, right? So they hit her or striked her or pulled her or jerked her some kind of way, and she started bleeding. Why y'all making that 80-something young woman bleed? Which you could just blow on her with a little air and she'll probably tumble over. Too funny you are. Hey, DRM. You could just blow on that 80-something-year-old woman and she'll fall over. Why are you making that woman bleed? Oh, these people were rough, whoever they were. They were rough and stuff, like roughing her up. Come on, get her in this car. Get over here. 80-something years old. 80-something years old. All you got to do is she's here. All you got to do is go like this. Go ahead. Go, miss. Go. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to Yo, this is just crazy. Information leading to her recovery is at $1 million reward from the family and also $100,000 reward from the FBI. Oh, it went up a little bit for her recovery. Right? Now, we're going to see if we could pull some more videos on Nancy Guthrie. Hold on. Any Nancy Guthrie updates? All right, let's see if we can put some. Oh, I got to make my coffee stronger, y'all. I got to add some more coffee to it. We'll go in there and get it while we're playing this. Okay. So, let's see. Veteran FBI. Okay, I think we watched this one. The FBI agent broke his silence. Oh, 19 hours ago. I don't think we've seen this one. Okay, let's watch this one. Okay, let's watch this clip. FBI agent breaks his silence. Okay, maybe he could give us some clues. We need some more ex-FBI agents. You know, the ones that work with cockeyes. But there's other ones out here that retired and all of that. Everybody, you know who cockeyed is, right? Okay, let's see. Every news articles about the man that starts with T. The man that starts with T. There. You know, having lunch as you be in there like this. Because you don't sleep. You around the clock doing turmoil. You don't sleep. That's why you nodding out at the table. Okay? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. So let's pull this up. So they talked to the FBI agent. Listen. Let's see if we can pull this up. Okay, Trump got confronted by the grieving families in war. This man has no regards for life and who he's unaliving out there, but we'll get to that later. Everybody come on in, everybody tapify, everybody share. Hey, Kimberly 95, what's up with you?
If your family member has been arrested or detained by
so we're going to talk
I
about
encourage you to contact
this ex-FBI agent.
He opened and rapid response resource center located right next to 26.
Hold on, y'all. Let the commercial
He
go.
and his incredible staff can help connect you.
Let's let the commercial go. So we're going to talk. We're going to listen to this FBI agent. Maybe he could give us some insight on, stuff we don't know.
So I'm joined today by former FBI executive Catherine Schweit. She spent over 2 decades at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And she spent the majority of her career investigating complex criminal networks, and more recently, a kidnapping case similar to the one that we're seeing today with Nancy Guthrie. Ms. White, thank you so much for joining me.
Our pleasure.
I interviewed yesterday
there's another agent.
SAC of the FBI Phoenix field office, who said to me that there was a high chance that this was just a break-in gone wrong. And I'm wondering what your opinion is on that.
Yeah, the SAC certainly, like all of us, we all have our opinions. I don't think this was a random hit. You don't come to a house completely covered over. I mean, certainly the concept that it could have been that there's a backpack, and the backpack is something that you can load your loot into and get out. You think there might be a camera. So kind of a random house to just be hitting. Mm-hmm. It's certainly not without the realm of possibility. And I will say this, when I talk about, I think it's valuable to put the timeline together and present it to the public, because the public, this person or these people are interacting every day with the person or the people who did this. And could it have been any of these other theories? I think the right answer for law enforcement is all these other theories are there. But I would say the SAC from our former SAC from our Phoenix office clearly has a little bit more inside baseball than you or I do. So perhaps there is some information that he has that makes him think maybe this was a burglary gone bad.
Why not?
It's just as possible. But I would say this, if you were going to burglarize somebody and you encountered an individual in the house, and even if it turned sour and the person was killed, why would you take the body away? You just wouldn't. I mean, I don't want to say you wouldn't, like it's so absolute, but it's just not likely. And sometimes Occam's razor applies here. What is the most logical?
So I'm going to ask you the question on everybody's mind, amongst the many in the media. How did people conduct this crime, and how did they get away with it considering all of the resources at the disposal of the FBI?
I think for the FBI, for local law enforcement, they're always looking back at what happened. The advantage that a criminal has is that they look forward. And so they have planned something, one or more people planned something and did it. I think that this didn't turn out to be what they planned, because if it was a ransom and kidnapping, they of course wanted to get something out of it. And whether they chose to return the victim or not, or identify where the victim is or not, their intent was to get something out of it, and they haven't gotten that. And that means that they didn't plan very well on what they wanted to do. But now law enforcement is in a situation where they always have to look backwards and say, what can we find out? What did we miss? Who else can help us to gather the information better?
Based on what's come out regarding the crime scene, obviously, the video of the masked man on the Ring doorbell with the Nest camera, signs of struggle in the house.
Is she making sense so far? Is she making sense? Yes or no? Okay, so he's talking to ex-FBI agents, because the regular FBI agents and the sheriff can't seem to figure it out, or they are figuring it out and they're just keeping it from us. Let's listen.
Blood on the front porch.
Well,
what do you think? What do you think this looked like as it was being carried out? Do you think multiple people were involved? Multiple people were at the house? Maybe someone came in from the back door, someone came in from the front. Can you kind of give us a play-by-play of your best theory?
Yeah, and I think I love that you use the word theory, right? Because that's really all it is, right? It's a theory. Even law enforcement doesn't have a great hasn't pieced it together. Having worked, in law enforcement for a long time, it's very clear that this was a planned event, and that somebody or one or more people went into the house. Certainly there could have been somebody from the back, but there's not really any logical reason why you have to go into different entrances. You come in the front. Eventually what you're trying to do is get a person out of there. So I think that they went in, confronted, removed Nancy Guthrie from the building, and you can see from the blood that's splattered, maybe it's not maybe it was a striking blow to the face or something that prompted like a nosebleed, for instance. That's the blood splatter, as opposed to like just a big stream of blood or dragging somebody. So I don't think it's that. I think it's that there was a bit of a struggle and she went out the front door, and then maybe what they planned to do turned sour right away. Maybe that she passed away. Clearly they weren't able to find a way to get a legitimate ransom note to somebody. So that's where all the plan.
Is this making sense so far? Does everybody follow her? Like, she's nothing to do with nothing, but she's an ex-FBI agent. So evidently she did a lot of cases. Yeah, she might have took that. That's what they're there for. She might have took that. That's what they're there for, period. Yeah.
Fell apart. But one thing that's interesting is that, even with the resources at the disposal of the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Office, they haven't been able to track these individuals. I mean, multiple ransom notes were sent to media outlets in Phoenix, and we even got some here. And it seems like these people knew what they were doing, considering they haven't been tracked. But when you look at the sophistication of these ransom letters and how they plan to receive the money through cryptocurrency, it seems like they're educated. It seems like they know what they're doing. But on the other hand, if you look at this video from the Nest doorbell.
And that's what I said. Now, everybody put in the comments, who is big on dealing with cryptocurrency, Bitcoins? Who is big on that? Do you think that Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law or sons are big cryptocurrency gurus? It got to be somebody who's real educated, really educated, that did this. You know what I'm saying? It's not just what's up, Noel? Hey, it's not just some layman that just picked up and decided to snatch this woman out of her home. And like I said, why would you make an 80-something-year-old woman draw blood? You could take an 86-something-year-old woman and go like this, boop, and shoot. Oh, so why you gotta do all that? Why would you extra with it? I'm telling you, when it's all over, I'm telling you, I don't want to make any accusations because I don't know. I wasn't there, but I feel like we're looking over here, but it happened with the people over there. And the people over there don't want us to look over there. So they did it in a way where we'll look over here. We're looking who's for the ring cam. We're looking who this, who that. We're looking at the car, but we're not looking over there of the real people that took her. High skill level, Navy SEAL, the best of the best. That's why they can't catch them. That's why they can't catch clues, or either they do get clues, they're not saying it yet. Why? Because the person who did it is watching. Probably watching me, and everybody else is talking about it. They watching, so they can't tell us certain things. But I believe when it's all over, that we were looking over here, and we were looking over here, and over here is the big picture of why she was taken. I don't believe that's the reason that everybody believes she was taken. I believe somebody is getting their lick back. Remember, and put a pin in that. Let's continue to listen.
This guy's kind of walking around, covering the camera with his hand, picking up shrubs from the front yard. What does that tell you about the people that carried this out?
You know, I know.
All right, you know how the commercials do. So everybody come on in, everybody keep tapping, keep sharing. We're doing Nancy Guthrie updates. We got a lot of content that's getting ready to go on today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got so much stuff to talk about that I forgot that it was St. Patty's Day. As you can see, I got on red. I'm going to run in there and put on a green blouse in the middle of the talking. I'm going to switch to a green. I'm going to switch to something green. I think I got something green in there. I don't know. I got to find something green. Okay. Should I be in the festivities? Yeah, let me get with the festivities. They're going to be out and about around my way. They're going to be, everybody come on in. It's commercials. Everybody keep tapifying, keep sharifying. We're on all platformifications. Okay. We're on all platformifications now. There's a lot of noise in my building. What is all that bumping and banging? See, my building is quiet. I don't like it when it's a lot of noise. A lot of activity. All right, everybody come on in. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, we're back. We're back, yo.
I know that when you write a story, I mean, I write now, I'm an author now. When you write a
she's
story,
an author.
You write the sophistication into the activities, and you see it in the movies, and you think, oh, these criminals are so crafty. But in my experience, and most law enforcement would tell you, criminals are pretty dumb. Mm-hmm. They just are pretty dumb. Everything, and even if plan this kidnapping and maybe plan to do something else or another criminal activity or has done petty crime before, this person is leading two lives, at least leading two lives, right? The way that they make their money every day, and the family that they're around and the friends that they're around, and then this idea that I'm going to get rich by doing this kidnapping, whether one or more people have done that.
And I believe, so I believe her. Like criminals are. We watch the webcam every day, the body cams for the police. Don't y'all go on the YouTube? People are obsessed with them. We watch the body cam every day. We watch body cam videos, right? I'm gonna be reacting to some of them on my Y to the TZ channel. So everybody get ready for that. I just got to make them. They're probably going to be pre-recorded, not live, right? These criminals are really dumb. It always starts off the same way. The guy goes into the bank with the police cam on. What are you doing, lady? Oh, I'm here. They gave me a check. I don't know nothing about the check. I don't know. They just gave me a check. So they just gave you a check. You don't know who the people are. You weren't issued a check, but you decided to come in the bank and cash this bogus check like you wasn't going to get caught. Like the bank doesn't have systems in place to catch you. Like criminals are dumb. Whoever did this hired people who are really smart, and that's why they can't figure stuff out. I believe they're going to figure stuff out, but not right away. Let's listen.
They choose to do that. They're leading that double life, and what we're really looking for is somebody who has managed to piece together what appeared to be a great crafty crime, but probably isn't, because if it was such a great and crafty crime, they would be in the Bahamas right now with all their money, and they're not. Result.
What is the most logical result to you?
That she was taken mistakenly. She was taken. The kidnapping wasn't really very successful. The kidnapper had struggle with her, and maybe she passed away, and that's way. You give somebody something so you can get the money that you want.
Right.
And if there was a body or a person that they were able to return,
Oh yeah.
I think that they would be asking for a way to get money.
Well, DRM. I just went in my closet and pulled out whatever I wanted to wear today. I wasn't even thinking about St. Patty's Day. It's so much going on in the world today, and keeping up afloat, and life is life, and I'm over here working around the clock, doing this content, doing music, and doing these acting gigs. It's like I ain't had time to think about St. Patty's Day. So, I kind of wore orange by mistake. Let's get back to this.
From somebody, and they're just too clumsy to have been able to do that successfully. And now they're down the road trying to figure out what to do. Or
hold on though.
Meet EM Sense, a breakthrough in foot therapy that wraps around your foot and ankle like a therapeutic.
Safer for them to just walk away from the situation.
Now, there's something to be said about, even unfortunately, Savannah Guthrie has gone on social media and has openly expressed that she is considering the possibility that Nancy, her mother, is no longer with us. And in some ransom and demand letters, it seems like that sentiment's almost echoed. Why wouldn't they just say, look, she's passed away, but give us money and we'll tell you where the body is? If she's dead and buried somewhere, then why couldn't that be a financial incentive for them still? Why have they gone completely quiet?
I think it's a hot potato, right? Somebody who's in a position where, they may have put think of the physicality of it. They even if Miss Guthrie has passed away and they think, oh, I could get the money back. How I could get some money from them anyway. They might not be able to actually safely convey that information. And they have to figure out a way to convey it. And maybe they're in a situation where they can't really contact somebody safely because of who they're around. That's what I'm saying about people being around them. So it's a circumstance that what really needs to happen is, this is very typical of thousands of cases out there right now where we think of them as cold cases because we need the public's help to give us some pieces of information.
And that's another thing. See, she mentioned cold case. Usually when a case goes this long, right, it's considered a cold case. But they're not making this case cold because it's a high profile, really rich daughter involved. Okay, the rich, when they got money, right? It's people get kidnapped every day out here. It's people that's unalived every day. But when you got a little bit of change in the bank, they pay a little extra attention to you. How you doing, Cindy? Everybody come on in. Dumb Humor's here. Everybody come on in. We're doing Nancy Guthrie updates. How you doing, Dumb Humor? What's up with you? Thank you so much. Everybody get your orange heart like Cindy, all right? Everybody keep tapifying. Thank you so much for the 39,000. Thank you so much for the 39,000 and join the super fans. I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. I forgot it was St. Patty's today. I got on a whole opposite color. Okay, I'm gonna go in there and find some green in a minute, to play along with the peoples and them. But there's so much going on. Thank you so much, Cindy. I forgot all about St. Patty's Day. I'm gonna be honest. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you. I gotta keep up with this gift gallery too. All right, we'll listen to this ex-FBI agent talk about what she thinks is going on with the Nancy Guthrie case, and we're gonna move on to, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Okay, let's listen.
Oftentimes, criminals, being dumb, are give the tell. They leave the backpack. They make some comment to somebody. They just kind of can't help themselves. And that's when somebody needs to do the phone call, 1-800 call FBI. They need to make the calls because that's how these kind of cases, all of our top 10 cases, are broken when somebody calls in.
Okay, so these cases are usually solved by someone just saying something, or knowing they know someone and they've observed some really suspicious behavior. Maybe they're coming back from work really late, or maybe they were gone missing for a week, and then okay, interesting.
Stop and think about it, right? The public needs to kind of stop and think, hey, could this be? I see that person. I live with somebody who's that size, or my neighbor is somebody that size. Here, I remember, and they need to put
and this is the other thing, which is true what they're saying. Thank you so much for tapping. I appreciate everybody that's tapping. We are at Thank you. Thank you. Hey, they got me. That thing tickles me. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you. W Cindy in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So everybody come on in. We're talking about Nancy Guthrie doing some updates. We're also going to do a David update next. So keep it locked. We're going to do some DVD, D4D updates. But let's finish listening to this lady. She's an FBI ex-agent. She's giving us some intel on how she feels about the case, because sometimes we need another view. All right. And thank you so much, Title Gift for 30 times. What? You go ahead now, Cindy, with your bad self. Let me see. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, cutie. Welcome, cutie. Everybody come on in. All right. So thank you so much, Cindy. And thank you, everybody that's supporting the community. So I don't have to go work for the man. Okay. It's getting hectic out there in these doggone USA streets. All right. So thank you for keeping me. The more that y'all support the community, the more y'all keep me here with you. And I could bring you that news that you could use. All right. So let's finish listening to the
together. That doesn't mean law enforcement isn't working what it can with regard to DNA possibilities and the gathering of the blood, the blood splatters inside the house, what might have been found inside the house. We don't have the audio from the camera, for instance, if there is audio. So those kinds of pieces of information law enforcement may be working on behind the scenes, and they should be, but they're not going to release those to the public. There's no benefit to release those to the public unless there's a reason, right? And clearly there isn't a reason now. If they had a voice, they would have released it.
You've worked kidnapping cases before. And I want to know, in your experience, when something is planned like this, these criminals have a target who they want to kidnap and hold for ransom. What's the time frame for their planning? Or how long are they scoping out the house for? Are they tracking Nancy Guthrie's movements? Were they watching her on social media? Can you talk to us about that?
Well, you never know what's going on in the mind of a particular criminal, right? But in general, I will say I worked an 88-year-old kidnapping victim who's taken in the middle of the night from her home in Wisconsin. And in that case, that was a subject who had familiarity with the family and had tried to, in fact, kidnap somebody else, we think, from the family. And that didn't turn out successfully. Whatever the circumstances were, we weren't quite able to piece that together, but we were able to find our 88-year-old victim alive 4 days later. So it's very urgent afterwards, but before it could take surveillance of a month or 2 months or 3 months, because it's not only just, acting to kidnap somebody, but it's also, what do I do with them when I get them? And what kind of materials do I need to conduct that? And phone lines that are cut or doorbells that are rung, and to see whether somebody answers, a check to see whether there are security cameras. I mean, this is a clumsy guy. He didn't know there was a security camera right there at the front door.
Ms. Schwartz, I have one more question for you. You've been fantastic, and thank you so much for joining me today. At what point does this become a cold case?
Well, before she answers that, because I do want to know that. Now, that's one thing that I did look at, that he grabbed those shrubs. That means that he didn't know there was a camera on the front door. So it questions us on, our mind keeps going, it's somebody that she knew. It's one of the family members. But was it really somebody that really knew her? Because if they really knew her, they would know that it was a camera in the front door. It is a Ring camera. That would be the first thing that they know. Hiding in plain sight. I believe you. DR, hiding in plain sight. Is somebody that has to do with this, right? That we're not thinking. That's why I keep saying, DRM, we're looking over here when the people who did it are over here. And we don't know who those people are because we weren't there, right? But my mind allegedly goes back to when she interviewed those victims in 2019. That's what my mind goes to with the people that's over here. But I don't know because I wasn't there, so that's all alleged. and speculation. But you got to think outside the box with this. See, they're not thinking outside the box. They're thinking inside the box. Who was the man that's on camera? The who was the man on camera is just the person who activated it. I believe there's people above him. Above him. He is just like the scapegoat, the flunky that went in and did stuff, that went and did the physical action, because the powers that be can't go in to do the physical action. They just point the fingers and delegate. Oh, well, for sure. Yeah, for sure it might be somebody that got paid for it. So let's listen to her answer, which what I want to know is, why isn't this a cold case? Let's listen.
It's been 41 days. She's been missing. No updates have been released to the public from the FBI. At what point do all leads go cold?
I think it's really when we ask whether or not this case is cold, I think you have to look at it the other way. It's never cold until people stop calling in. Mm-hmm. So right now, if I was running this case, I would just hold a press conference. I'd lay out all the facts and details again, like we do in a top 10 case or another case where we need the public's help, and say, here's what we know from here to here, and give that opportunity for that to be passed around over social media and let everybody see it. All the information all at once, and be very forthcoming about what you have and what you need. Then it's not a cold case anymore.
Ms. Schweit, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you. You can find everything Catherine Schweit at Kate Schweit. That's my social media handle, at KateSchweit. And I did release a new book, true crime book, called Women Who Talk to the Dead, just this past year.
Wow.
Women Who Talk to the Dead.
I like that title. That's interesting.
Thank you.
That's gripping, actually. I'm going to look into that. Thank you so much for joining.
So this lady, is like a lot of I find on YouTube and on social media platforms, period, right? A lot of these people that were FBI agents, police officers, security guards, what they all making Y to the TZ channels, and they all coming off because they got all the information. Look at Gene Deal. He was security all these years. Somebody who's security over Beyonce, or somebody of that caliber. Imagine if they made a YouTube channel and the stuff that they could tell. Imagine that, right? So these people come, they make these channels. She just wrote a book, and they're making money hand over fist because they got all the information. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're back. Hey, Mississippi. I don't think I'm freezing over here too much. I'm figuring it out little by little. So we're going to go to Mr. David, the singer, the artist, the D4D. Okay, D4D case. Okay, we are going through that. And damn, why did I get rid of it? And we are going to see what the updates it is in his case and stuff. Everybody come on in, everybody tapify, everybody shareify. And come on in, and let's see, he spells it 4VD. All right. Now they do have some activities in court. Hold on, let me pull some stuff notes. They do have some activities going up in court. They are saying that they're looking I did. I misspelled show. Wait, let me see. Hold on. Wait, or where at? Where did I misspell it at? Where did I misspell it at? On the Y or on here? So I'm looking at my banner, it's spelled right there. I'm looking at my background and spelled in the pit. Oh, in the thumbnail. You mean in the thumbnail? You mean in the thumbnail in the picture before I go live? Because I'm looking at all the ones on my live. Oh, in the thumbnail. Oh, okay, I could correct that. I'll correct it. Okay, everybody come on in. Let me look at it real quick. We're getting ready to talk about Mr. David. Okay. And there's a few updates going on. Let's see, manage the video. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh, yeah, I did spell it wrong. I did spell it wrong. Yeah, I'll correct it. I'll correct it. Thank you, David. We talked about David in a all right. We haven't talked about him in a little while. Updates. That's another slow moving case. Another slow moving case. Very slow. All right. So let's talk about the updates that are David. All right. So David, whose legal name is David Burke, has identified in court records as the target of a Los Angeles County grand jury investigation into the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. So they're finally naming her as a subject, as a suspect after all this time. Took them a minute. What took y'all so long? What took y'all so long to name this dude as a subject? Because all roads allegedly was pointing to him. Now, I don't know. I didn't know David from a can of paint until he had this thing come about. But apparently he had a whole cult following. He had coffins at his show. They showed him bringing coffins in behind stage. Let me tell you something. I don't want to go to nobody's concert who's bringing coffins in and using it as props on stage. That's not the concert I think I need to be at. I don't want to be at a concert where they're bringing in coffins, but apparently a lot of people did. They like that on the edge stuff, but me, I'm gonna have nightmares. So David Burke has been identified in court records as the target of a Los Angeles grand jury investigation into the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 14-year-old girl. I'm giving a backstory in case people don't know, and you've been under the rock. 14-year-old girl whose remains was found in a Tesla registered to him. David Burke, a.k.a. David spelled with a 4. As of now, no criminal charges have been announced against David, and there has been no public arrest of David in the case. Why is all these cases moving so slow, y'all? Right? Okay, you be back? All right, Aileen. Why is these cases moving so slow? According to the unsealed Texas filings tied to the efforts to compel testimony from David's relatives, prosecutors, and said David may be involved in Celeste's death and that she may have been a victim of foul play. What'd you think? Those filings reportedly say prosecutors were investigating a possible unaliving account and used them to seek testimony from his mother, his father, and his brother. Now, his brother was seen out and about with him on occasion. His brother is young too, right? Thank you so much, Deshaun. Everybody come on in. We talk about the David case. It's hot topics, y'all. Now, what happened to Celeste? We don't really know, right? We're trying to piece that together. So public reporting says that Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been reportedly missing in 2024 from the Lake Elsinore area. Her remains were discovered on September 8th, 2025, in the front trunk of an impounded Tesla registered to David. Everything's all along odor. They said, "Ooh, it's getting funky in here. It's kind of funky. Is that you that didn't use deodorant today? What's smelling so funky in here?" The worker said. Right? So they're reporting saying that the body was severely decomposed, and the court filings described the remains as dismembered. It was deeper than funk, Mississippi. Mississippi, how is Santos and Joy doing? I think about Santos and Joy. Okay, so why this has become a bigger case in 2026? Well, one reason is why they move as slow as molasses. God forbid we have a crime that we got to get looked at. Look how slow all these doggone investigators are moving. Oh, you got freedom at 3:30? Oh, make sure you film it. Make sure you film it, Mississippi. Just pull your phone out, film it, and you can upload it later. Right? So the biggest recent shift came in February 2026 when unsealed records were made public. Hold on, let me turn you up. And David was not just someone David was not just somebody connected to the car, but a formal target of the grand jury investigation. So when we first talked about the case, he wasn't a suspect. You know, they wasn't looking at him yet. And even though we knew in our mind that they was eventually going to look at David because she's in his car, she's around him, but they wasn't looking at him yet. What's up, Queen Slayer's in the building? Hey, what's up with you? Right? They wasn't looking at David yet, but now they are looking at David. Right? So now he's connected to the car, but now he's the formal target of the grand jury investigation. Okay, let me see if we got a picture of, let's see if we got a picture of David we could put up. Hold on. Let me get a picture of David. Okay, let's put a picture up for the Y to the TZ, y'all. Up the pages of why the pages unavailable? They're getting rid of pages like water. What's his name? And okay, let's put a picture of her. Okay, let's get a picture of her. You know, media date. Anybody went to mediatakeout.com? Look like they was hacked, right? Don't it look like they was hacked? If we could get a okay, let's see if we can get a still of her. No. All right, I'm trying to get an image of her, and it's just not panning out. Okay, hold on. Let's try to get an image of her to put up on the Y to the TZ. Happy say, yeah, I completely forgot about St. Patty's. I completely forgot. You see, I got on orange. I completely forgot, y'all. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's go with this picture. All right, I think I found a good picture. We got to put it up on the Y as we're talking about it, so people get a right. Come on in. Thank you for so much for tapifying and sharifying. Everything's not a picture. Everything's a video. Why is that? Why is there no more pictures? Okay. So you go for a picture and everything's a doggone video. When you're looking for video, you can't find it. All right, so let's go with this picture. All right, so we got to put this up for the Y. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, how do I do this again? How do I do this? Hold on, y'all. Oh, I forgot how to do this. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to figure something out. Let me take this. Okay, remove. Okay, stop. Okay, I got it now. Okay, so let's put this picture up. All right, let's put this picture up. Oh, why this ain't showing? Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me get this picture up real quick. Okay, so let's put a picture up of David so people know what we're talking about. All right. So everybody coming on in, we are doing pulling everybody up to speed on David and the young girl who was found in his trunk. All right, so let everybody come on up. All right, so let's use this picture. Let's try it again. All right, we're going to pull you up to speed with the case and we're going to talk about it. All right, so hold on. Okay, there we go. So let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, let's add that to the stage. All right. So let's make it a little smaller. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this right. I'm still trying to work with you. All right, so now we're still talking about David. Everybody come on in. We're on the Y to the TZ and all the other platforms. I'm still learning how to work this contraption. All right, so everybody come on in. All right, so let's get back into it. So, I got hold on, y'all. Did I switch screens or what? Am I still up on the Y? Am I still good on the Y to the TZ? Or what? Let me know. I'm reading something I can't see over there. All right. So, okay, still good. Okay, good. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let's close some of these windows. All right, so let's get back to it. All right, so here's the subject of grand jury target case. All right, so Perez is about time. It took them a minute to make him a suspect officially. Okay, so according to the unsealed Texas filings tied to efforts to compel testimony from David's relatives, prosecutors, they said that David may be involved in Celeste's unalignment and that she may have been a victim of foul play. Would you think? What happened to Celeste? So she was reported missing in 2024 from her Lake Elsinore area, and her remains 2025 in the front trunk of an impounded move forward. All right. Now, why did this become a bigger case in 2026? The biggest shift came in February 2026 when unsealed records were made public that David was not just someone connected to the car, but formally a target of a grand jury investigation. Before that, the public reported that law enforcement, the first court-backed confirmation stuff. And David is watching just like the rest of us is watching. And if they tell us stuff, then they might start moving and shifting and doing stuff different. Happy Thanksgiving Day. Hey, Charlene. He might start doing stuff different if they came and they told us, look, he's this prime suspect, then boom. David's like, oh, I better do this, I better do that. Like, you know, they want everything to say, hey, David, how was the parade? We're talking about the other singing David. We're not talking about you, David. We're talking about the singer David. David comes on there, he's like, somebody's talking about me, my ears ringing. No, we talking about the singer David with the girl who's found in the back trunk of the trunk, all right? St. Patty's Day, sis. Yeah, I know it's St. Patty's Day. So much going on, all kinds of warifications and all of that. I forgot about St. Patty's Day. I'm just being honest. All right? David, who was that girl that was in the hallway when you all that stuff on? Dave, who was lady? Did you get a skip? Or is that really your girlfriend? I was like, who is this lady? she came in there. She said, what are you doing? David is funny. So the parade must be over. It's almost 2:00, right? No shit. Right. The parade is over. Okay. So let's get back to it. So a major court fight has been over subpoenas to David's family. Report says that his parents and brother challenged the subpoena in Texas, arguing that their rights were being violated and trying to block being forced to testify in California. That means prosecutors are still actively trying to build a case through witness testimony and not just physical evidence. So imagine if you had a son that everybody said is committing a crimification. And then the GOV or the federales give you a subpoena to come and testify against your own son. Some parents is going to be like, I'm not testifying against my own son. I'm not going to, say something and incriminate him in court because, the prosecutors know how to trick you with their trick answers and stuff and get you to say something. And then boom, oh, he was over here. Oh, he was this way. Oh, he was that way. Oh, he was doing this. Oh, he was doing that. Right? And then you dry snitching without knowing. They don't want to go to court. Okay, what's up, fam? Long time. Hey, Don, what's up with you? Don Coleon, how you doing? I've been right here in the same place every day. I don't think I took 2 days. I probably took 1 day off this year. I'm here every day. It's not hard to find me. Okay, I got to go. I might be back. Okay, Cindy, love you. Hey, thank you. I'll be here for a minute. I'm just checking in. Are you just passing in, huh? Just checking in. Ain't that something? All right, Don Corleone. Thank you for checking in. We here every day doing hot topics. We got a beautiful community. You know what I'm saying? I've been sick. I'm back. Oh, okay, that's great. I'm glad you feel better. But I'm on every day doing hot topics and doing what I do. So it's not hard to find me. I'm in the same spot every day. Right? Tania is here. Okay, I feel beautified. Thank you, Don. Don was here during the Diddy trials. Don was here doing the Diddy trials. Yeah, we still here, Don. We might not be in front of the Diddy doors, but we still here, okay? Yeah, and I'm over on all platties now. On the Y to the TZ, the F to the booksies, the X to the XEs. Okay? So when you want to come on and enjoy yourself, we'll be here. Look, I tell people all the time, people be having heart attacks and this and that, and they be on TikTok talking about tap the screen, share the live. No, go take care of your heart attack. Social media is always going to be there. Why do people do that? Especially on the B app. They in the hospital, the machine's going boop, 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 boop. They like tap the screen, share the live. Like, homie, the red light is beeping. You better go call a nurse. Forget that typing and sharing a live. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of life. Social media is always going to be here. Yes, you do have a good community. I listen every day. Yeah, thank you so much, DRM. I see you on Bookface. On the Bookface, yeah, I'm over there too. I'm everywhere. I learned how to, yeah. Listen, y'all. I need some more followers on Rumble. Everybody go to my Linktree. Go to rumble.com. Even if you got to make a quick account. Make a quick account, put your email in. You could go back and dress it up later. I need at least 10 followers over there. So I could go live over there. Yes. Never mind on that. Yeah, Don. I'm glad you're feeling better. And I'm glad you're back on it. All right. And we're always here for you, Don. Always come swing through when you want to. But take care of yourself first. Social media will always be there. Okay, but that's not what the power beggars are going to tell you. The power beggars who be doing those battles, they don't care if you having a heart attack, you sick, you in the mental, whatever you drop me a uni, those people are heartless. You know what I'm saying? The power beggars, heartless, ruthless, right? More followers on Rumble, 10 followers. Yes, yeah. So we'll click the first link. Okay, Don. I'm here. I'm probably going to be on early in the morning, Don. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so we could go live on Rumble. I'm trying to figure out the Instagram, but this is what makes me late coming on live in the morning. It's trying to figure out all this stuff, but I'm getting it down pat. I need to figure out stuff when I get off the line. All right. So yeah, I need to get on here early. I need to get on here like 6 o'clock every day. Now tomorrow we're gonna be with Mel. We're gonna be with Mel on the line. All right, tomorrow we're gonna be with Mel online. All right, so join in. Okay, I might go live in both places still, but we got to be quiet over here because on Mel's live, I'm on somebody else's live. You know, we can't have all that talking and stuff. So we might resume the talking like after the show is an hour. Okay. Now about, yeah. Well, you know, that's what benefits them. See, people who like do battles all the time, right? If you're not a star, like Tamar is a star. So people always going to be interested in what she talks about. She's going to always have content, even not having content, just her being on it. So a star is one thing, but these all unknowns that come up making 16,000, some people making 50,000 a year because they know how to get people to gift them. They have no content. You never see them talking about themselves. You never see them talking anything worthwhile to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? I want to develop a community that's going to benefit people, that they could get information from, that they could walk away and say, wow, I didn't know that. Knockout. What's up, M3L? Knockout talked about M3, this, that, and that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Cowboys for Angels, a worker has a civil suit. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. And eventually I want to talk about things that are going to make you money. Recalls. They have a lot of food recalls, a lot of appliance recalls, all kinds of stuff, not just hot topics, talking about celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I only talk about certain things when it comes to celebrities. I don't know David from a can of paint, so we absolutely don't talk about other content creators, right? We might talk about celebrities and then I pick and choose, but we do not talk about content creators. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about them. Like, you know, big, even on the Y, like Armand, Nick at Night. I don't talk about Tasha K unless I got something good to say about her. That's one of my favorite Y tubers. I don't care what she's going through. She's my fave from day one. I watch her for educational purposes. She's good at what she do. And I don't need to talk about people's hardships. And plus, I'm going to be biased. So I don't need to talk about certain people anyway, because people will get mad at me because, yes, I'm going to be biased if I like a person. I'm not going to be able to deliver the story how you want me to do it because I like that person. And they, you know, when I like a person, they could be dead wrong and I got their back. That's how I get them. That's the cloth that I'm cut from. So we don't talk about other creators. We don't talk about other tick to the Clizot creators. You know what I'm saying? We stick to, big stars. What are the chances that Beyonce listened to Miss Knockout? I don't even say nothing bad about Beyonce and other people in music because I might want to work with them one day. I ain't saying nothing bad about Beyonce. Beyonce might say, "Oh, I like that knockout coming with the heat." They be like, "Yeah, well, she was in there." But no. I'll never say nothing bad about Beyonce. Okay, I like myself. Right. Yeah. So, we stick to certain hot topics, but then we'll talk about the news, the war. I eventually want to get into business and talk about, because everybody wants to grow and know streams of businesses and that they could start how to write your own books, do different things. I want my live, like I said, I want people to watch me and take something away from it constructive to add to their life. I don't want people to watch me and say, why the F did I just give this girl a uni? What is she really doing? Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's get back to David, aka D4D. All right. And the updates of David Case. And then we're going to go to a little video. All right. So David's family, his mother, his brother, his father.
A wonderful learning experience.
They said, yeah, thank you so much, Aileen. Thank you. Exactly. No matter how many times and how many in here. No matter how many. We had 600 the other day. We have 20. We have 40. Sean, the reason why when it's low is because I don't come on early enough. That's why it's low. What's up, Coleman? What's up with you? Is this my friend Coleman? I ain't see you in a long time. I need to come on earlier. That's where my crowd is at. But I was late on here again today because I was up to 2 a.m. doing stuff. I ain't going to hold you. I was watching baddies. Baddies. All the friends are fighting each other. I just don't like it. The friends are not friends no more. They all getting at each other. I don't know if it's storylines or what. So let's get back to David. So David's parents are being summoned to come in court, but David's parents and his brother don't want to come in court. Why? Because they don't want to talk about their peoples. They don't want to talk about their peoples. I don't blame them. Now, some parents and some brothers and sisters that are jealous of the brother that's making their way in entertainment, they'll come in and talk about the brothers because they're jealous of them. Sometimes family will do it to you. What's up? Risa is over here. What's up, Risa? Am I freezing? Okay, so maybe let me pull a chat GTP up in here then. Because when I switch to the other browser, I freeze. So let's see. Am I still freezing, y'all? Hold on, y'all. Am I freezing on the Y still or no? What's up with you? Happy St. Pat. Hey, Charlene. I'm freezing, Zoe? I'm still freezing over here? Am I freezing, y'all? You good? I'm good? Some people say I'm freezing. Am I freezing or no? If I'm freezing, I'll lower my camera quality again. Let me lower the quality of the camera. Hold on, y'all. Let's take it down another notch. Okay, hold on, y'all. It's going to go off a minute because I'm adjusting the camera. Okay, am I good now? I put the camera down another notch. It's on the lowest one. I got to get another computer, but I can't afford another computer now. Another computer is to get a good computer is going to cost me at least $1,000. At least $1,000. Or I got to get, maybe I could get my laptop fixed.
You're not frozen.
Maybe I'm gonna get my laptop fixed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my laptop in the shop, y'all. I'm gonna take my laptop and I'm gonna put it in the shop. I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. But I'm putting my laptop in the shop. You know? I'm putting my laptop in the shop. Yeah, I just got to find the money. I'm good now? Okay, I'm good. Okay, so let's get back to David. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I think it's when I switch to the other browser, it goes a little crazy. Okay, hold on. It might freeze again. Let me close this in the other browser. Let's close the other stuff. Is it freezing, y'all? Okay. So yeah, I switched to the lowest browser, so it should be okay now. You know, I got to switch to the lowest quality. All right. So now I had to put the light back on because the quality is like, okay. So let's get back to David. All right. I'm going to edit it. I figured out how to edit. I'm good. Okay, cool. I put the camera quality down low. Okay. So let's go back to David. Hold on. Let's go back to David. Hold on. Okay, we lost our place because I switched browsers. Okay, look. All right. So let's get back to David, y'all. Hold on. So we had to switch browsers because I don't know if because I'm jumping between browsers. All right, so let's see. So where were we? So so his parents don't want to come in, but therefore, when the feds hit you with that subpoena, if you don't come in court, what happens? They could hold you in contempt. And then if you get in there and you're doing all kinds of antics, they'll consider you as a hostile witness. They'll call you a hostile witness, y'all. All right. So so they got all kinds of tactics to make you cooperate. All right. So let's see. So parents and the brother don't want to come in. Okay. They feel like they're being violated. Okay. That the prosecution is still actively trying to build a case through witnesses' testimony and not just physical evidence. On that note, I feel like David's friends, they're going to turn on him. Who feels, yes or no in the comments, who feels like David's friends is going to tell on him? Because, that's what friends are for, to turn on that ass when it's hot over there on the block. And I might have, put a finger on Celeste while she was going in the truck, allegedly. So I better tell what I know so I won't get charged. Shoot. Friends will turn on you in a minute. In a minute. They be turning on me. I don't even know why they turning. I'll be like, let them turn like apple turnovers. Life goes on. Right? So how the police is describing the case. So this point is important because the wording has shifted over time. Back in September 2025, it has been reported that authorities had not implicated David and had not determined the cause of death. They haven't determined the cause of death, right? But now, in November 2025, which was the end of last year, however, the Los Angeles Times has reported that the LAPD detective described the matter in court filings as an investigation into unalivement, but they used the M word, but we can't use the M word here. So we say unalivement. Okay. If your family and testify, then you have to really listen before answering. That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. DRM, that's a good point, DRM. That's a good point you brought there. You really got to listen before you answer, because a lot of those questions will trick you into telling stuff that shouldn't be told and put your son or kid in a bind. Also, so he went to the McDonald's on February 29th, you said, right? Correct? and when you met with the GOV, but here you saying that he went to Burger King and it was in the morning. And then you sitting there like, ooh, did I say that? Ooh, did I say that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Like, you got to be very careful when you testify. Watch that on the Diddy trial. A lot of them wasn't careful. Allegedly, especially that Brianna girl who said that he had her hanging over the balcony. And then they pulled up the files and the whole present point, whole screen shot. You know, the Microsoft, you know how they have the screen going, the whole present point presentation of how Diddy was in New York City, staying in Trump Towers and doing a concert with Lil' Kim and doing his opening for his fragrance and for his line of clothing line on the week that she said that she was hanging over the balcony like Suge Knight. She wasn't careful on how she answered. Because after they pulled up that project point, see, the media doesn't like to talk about this because they just don't like Diddy. See, I'm fair. I'm going to look at the facts on both sides, not just the prosecutor side. A lot of people don't like to talk about the fact that that girl, Brianna, allegedly, in my opinion, lied. Allegedly. She lied. Like they said, how could Diddy be in two places? And then after they pulled up that PowerPoint presentation, she was like, I don't know. Oh, now I don't know. Oh, now you're not sure the date. Before you said you were sure of the date. You were sure of the week. But when they pulled up that presentation of how he was in Trump Towers and in New York, then she was like, I don't know. Now you don't know. Because she wasn't listening before she answered. See, a lot of the media didn't point that out, but I pointed it out because it needed to be pointed out. Yes, he did stuff, but let's be fair. Just because you don't like Diddy doesn't mean that you got to be unfair. Look at the facts. Did they clone Diddy? No, Aileen, they didn't clone Diddy. All right, let's go. We're talking about David. Everybody come on in. All right. We're talking about David. Everybody come on in. All right. So what changed is that now they're looking at David as the prime suspectification. Finally. Took them a minute. Right? I wish I could go to Cali for that case. Who would like to see me go to Cali for the David case? Who would like that? I mean, if I get supported, I'll go out there. All I got to do is get an Airbnb near the court, right? I get an Airbnb near the court and go there every day. I would go. I don't know when the case would start. It'd probably be like maybe next year or the end of the year or something. I don't know. What's up, Freddie MC? So let's continue. We're talking about David, the David updates. Let's continue. Right? So by November 2025, however, the Los Angeles Times reported that the LAPD detective describes the matter in court filing as an investigation into unalivement. That does not by itself prove guilt, but it shows that the investigators has escalated the case beyond an unexplained death. So see, when it first started, it was an unexplained unalivement. But now they're saying it's a unalivement, aka a murderation. Okay. Now, what has not happened yet is that public record, a lot of public record doesn't show, right? And it doesn't show an indictment or an announced case. They haven't announced it yet, that the indictment with David. Okay, an unalivement charge hasn't been filed against him yet. A trial date hasn't been announced. All right. So let's see if we could go into some clips about David. Let's see. Everybody come on in. Everybody Tapify. I'm still here. All right. We've been on for a minute. Let's see how long we've been on. Oh, it doesn't tell me, does it? Doesn't say how long we've been on. I don't know. It should tell you how long you've been on. Let's see when the first comment was made. Let's see. I think I came on about 12:30, right? 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. We're going on 2 hours. That's cool. You know, I like to do is a lot of people do like 1 hour on the Tupela. I like to do at least 2 hours a day. And eventually I'm going to put up reaction videos. Thank you for the 60K. You made my day with the 60K. All right, y'all. Yeah, thank you so much for the 60K, y'all. So when I switch screens, does it go out? Does it go out when I switch screens? It looked like it goes black when I switch screens. Who's over there watching on the Y? When I switch screens, does it go black? That means I'm going to have to put everything on one thing again. Who's over there on the Y? Oh, no? Okay, you know? Okay, now watch, y'all. Watch. I'm going to switch screens now. Tell me if it goes black. Okay, so I'm switching screens to do the claps. Okay. Okay, so did it go black over there? Look now, y'all. Did it go black? I just want to make sure that I'm switching screens that don't go black. Did it go black over there? Are you good? Okay, good. Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, maybe the screen goes black because it's switching out. All right. So let's continue with some Y to the TZ. Okay, hold on. Okay, so they got some new footage of David and Celeste being leaked. So we'll leave this picture up of David, and we're gonna do the clips on the Y to the TZ because I'm not trying to play with them yet, showing clips. So we're gonna take the safe way. The safe to the TZ is gonna hear the audio because we're gonna play it safe. Okay, this is knockout just started. She don't want to get a slapping the sloopity slap from Y to the TZ. Okay, so let's talk about these new footage and new videos and new pictures that they got of that. You know, that is gathering evidence. They're gathering evidence, right? They're not too vocal, the cops, but they are gathering stuff. So let's see. All right. So let's get in here. Hold on, y'all. What up?
Messing up now.
Oh, it's messing up now? Is it messing up? Oh, it's skipping. It's skipping a little bit. Is it skipping, y'all? Yeah, it's just the internet is. The internet is moving. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Folks, the David investigation is still ongoing and it has finally made its way to CNN. CNN have just dropped a huge investigative piece on the David situation. And there are a few new videos and clips and pieces of evidence that have just come out that are catching a lot of people's eyes on social media. Yeah, so CNN have basically been doing a bunch of reporting. They've been digging into this. They've just started posting videos and like a full-blown investigation into the situation. So let me just give you a little taster of what's going on with CNN and what they've drug up on David.
David is now named as a target in the murder of a 14-year-old girl. Court documents say that David Burke, as he's legally known, may be involved in having committed the following criminal offenses, and that includes one count of murder. There's been a lot of mystery in the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez for months. There's a grand jury investigation, and the LAPD has been extremely quiet, not just to us, but virtually everyone about this case. Celeste's body was found last September in a black Tesla in a Hollywood tow yard. The car was registered to David. And we're now learning from these court documents some of these grisly details. LAPD was first called to open up the car because of a strong odor. Inside the trunk, 2 cadaver bags, one with the girl's decomposed head and torso, and the other contained the rest of her dismembered body parts. Wow. David has been a viral music sensation with hundreds of millions of views. He nor anyone else we're aware of has been arrested for her death. I called David's attorney twice, but she wouldn't speak to me, saying that she couldn't because of the ongoing grand jury investigation. And we and the rest of the public are still waiting on the results of that grand jury investigation. Singer David.
Yeah, it's not looking good for David. So CNN basically dropped a massive investigative video. Now, I can't play you the whole thing or too much of it because this is like, it's damn near like a mini movie. It's 12 minutes long, but it's like a full breakdown, basically. They're calling it Rising Star Missing Girl. It's low-key, almost looking like a Netflix short film or something, okay? So it's a Hollywood mystery. A 14-year-old girl named Celeste was found dismembered in a Tesla. Connection between the two. It is pretty damning, right? CNN doing a full investigation. Now, look, I can't play you anything from this because of the copyright and stuff, but private investigator Steve Fisher, who is, great source of updates for this channel, and he is the private investigator that basically is working on behalf of the person that owns the property that David was living in when the body was found nearby in the Tesla. So he talked on this CNN situation, and I believe he was actually interviewed for it. He said investigative correspondent Kaya Kyung La and CNN produced a 12-minute investigative story on the David K. You have to subscribe and log in, but he's posted a couple clips from the story. Okay, and now more than ever, it's critical we don't let Celeste's story and the pursuit of justice fade. So hopefully we can watch at least these couple clips from his ex to see what's going on.
Months, most likely months, was stuffed in that Tesla and just left there. I'm a private investigator that exclusively does missing persons cases.
Steve Fisher was hired to unearth evidence in the case, which starts here, a search warrant on the Tesla. The registered owner, David Anthony Burke.
So
they're painting Steve as really, a crusader for justice and somebody with all the secret inside info about the case. And low-key he is. He's had a lot of updates that have been exclusive.
She is missing.
Absolutely. She's listed as missing person. And when she's having contact with the family, which the first thing that you're supposed to do is call the detective or call them, she's here.
We knocked on door after door in Lake Elsinore trying to get an explanation from her family and friends. No one, including Celeste's family, talked to us on camera.
Nobody would talk to them in Lake Elsinore. They swept the whole community trying to look for people to talk, and they just wouldn't do it. Now, obviously, I can't play too much of the video.
So the question is, why is everybody shying away talking about this young missing girl who was found unalive? Why is everybody shying away? I believe it's because of who her family is. They're probably afraid of them. I don't know too much about her family, but I do believe that she was running away for a reason. What's up, Yasi? Hey, Bevy. What's up? Everybody welcome in. I do believe that she was running away from her own family for a reason there. Okay, let's listen.
Subscription, it's cable, it's exclusive content, right? We don't want to get in trouble for that. But they did release a companion investigative article that completely broke down the whole case and all the details. And, we can sweep through this. A lot of this you're probably already going to know, but I feel like it'd be good to break this down and just let you guys know what these, journalistic companies. CNN is like it's a real heritage organization when it comes to journalism, and just to see like how they're framing the story and what they think of the evidence. I wonder if they're as deep into the Reddit rabbit holes as we are. They're tapped in with Steve Fisher, but I'd be curious to know. So we're going to read through this and, get some reaction from this on Reddit too. And then we're going to look at some of the new clips that have surfaced in the midst of this investigation. So this is a CNN investigation. Missing teenager repeatedly appeared in David's orbit before her body was found. And I think a lot of people are very intrigued and interested in just how many people around David knew about what was going on and him being in the orbit. And, essentially, what did everyone know about this minor that was on the scene? Like, how long was she? What was going on with her? Why was she there? Like, who knew? It says in the summer of 2024, a budding musical sensation known to his legion of mostly young fans as David posted on social media he was experiencing a case of writer's block. I'm in a song crisis right now, the entertainer, then 19, lamented on Discord. And it's interesting, they're clearly tapped in with the Discord. They clearly know what's gone on what's going on where a lot of this activity was going on. It says within minutes, one of his followers of the platform offered a oddly specific suggestion. This is good journalism, the way this is written. It says, drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the anonymous user wrote, referring to a 13-year-old runaway whose face was plastered on the missing person posters at the time. The message went unaddressed by the singer, whose full name is David. It makes you wonder, what did he think of people posting that? What was going through his head? Did he think the game is up? Did he think people know about what's going on? Or did he think that it was just a bit of a joke? Was it a thrill to him? It says, but the cryptic, seemingly taunting post has since emerged as an intriguing nugget in connection with a grand jury investigation in which prosecutors have deemed Burke a target. It says that's because about a year after the post mentioning Rivas, her dismembered and decomposing body was found in the trunk of Burke's Tesla, which had been abandoned not far from the rented multi-million-dollar home where he was living in the glitzy Hollywood Hills overlooking Los Angeles. The car was eventually found transferred to a tow yard where an employee called the police after noticing a foul smell coming from the vehicle. Following the grisly discovery in September, Burke cancelled his world tour upon which he had just embarked, and he's made no public comment in the months since. Authorities investigating her death have been tight-lipped. A judge ordered that the results of her autopsy remain confidential at the request of LAPD's Elite Robbery Homicide Division, which is investigating the young girl's death. So they know a lot of the details, and they're laying it out in chronological order here in a way that really helps you follow and realize how insane this story and this investigation is. Said interest in the case, meanwhile, as it's exploded on the internet. The singer was the #1 search person on Google worldwide for 2025, based on queries following the discovery of Rivas's body. An army of amateur online sleuths have been passing David's lyrics into kinds of publications all over America. Okay, that's us. The army of amateur online sleuths passing David's lyrics. That's us. That's your boy. That's the Redditors, all right? That's me and you. So they found Rivas repeatedly appeared in Burke's orbit before and after she was reported missing around February of 2024. And this is a picture of the kind of memorial that was left to her, which is just really sad to see. Wow. And drives home the human to this situation. So she was just 13 years old when she appeared alongside Burke in a live stream video shot in the wee hours of the morning from inside a West Hollywood home linked to the entertainer. He's definitely regretting that live stream. For sure. That's one of the most damning things in this, and it really makes the connection. It says she was photographed backstage at one of his concerts a few months later and appeared in images on the memory card of the camera left behind at the singer's home in the Hollywood Hills after news of her death became public. CNN also used geolocation to verify Burke's unexplained presence for a few blocks from Rivas' family homes for more than an hour's drive where he lived in Hollywood around the time. Now, that's interesting. Is that them just saying that they've also seen the picture going around on Reddit of him, allegedly paying off some young'uns in the area to not talk about this? I feel like they're overcooking that, saying they use geolocation. It's kind of, they probably looked at the same Reddit post as us, but maybe not. With the kid, with the young'un, definitely suspect. It says before one of his music videos went viral and made him an online phenomenon, he was a homeschooled teenager living in a devoutly religious household outside of Houston, a gaming enthusiast, and he loved it. He blended those passions and made music to accompany videos that he posted of himself gaming, and his debut single, Romantic Homicide, went viral on TikTok. His career took off. He moved to LA, got a lab.
Okay, so we know he's giving a backstory of David. We went through that, you know what I'm saying? So we basically know about that. So to me, they're moving real slow with this case. They moving real slow with Nancy Guthrie case over the place. All over the place, they're dragging the feet. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who are these workers? It's like people don't want to solve cases no more. Trying to subpoena. What you got from the TikTok show? Plug in from I got another one coming. What y'all ordered from the TikTok shop? So that what we gathered new today everybody is that they subpoenaed the parents. The parents don't want to testify, right? But they're subpoenaed. And they're like, they're going to eventually have to, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So I found something. Oh, yeah? Oh. Oh, you waiting on what? Yeah, what did you wait? What did y'all order from the TikTok shop? What did I miss? The one I have had to be plugged in while using. The other one is coming. What is y'all ordering from the TikTok shop? What y'all making me want one, and I don't even know what it is. Oh yeah. Well, I got one, right? And I'm gonna put it in the Discord. I got one for Android. Got a real good one for Android, right? And it's not a physical one. It's one that you open up another device and you do, or you open it up on your device and you could do it. Okay, so I got one like that. So you don't even have to order it from the Shizop. Mine, I didn't order a physical one. I got it in from my Play Store. So now they have one for Apple. They got one for Apple too. I just got to find out what it is. I'm going to put the one from Android. I'm going to put it in the Discord today when I get off. And I'm going to research the one from Apple. If anybody knows one for the App Store, send it to me. Not on here though. Don't send it on here. Send it to me in the Instagram or in the Discord. Okay, I'm waiting forever for TikTok. They be taking so long. Yeah, sometimes they deliver fast and sometimes they deliver, slow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the skip grants is today, y'all. Hold on, y'all. The skip grants is today. Well, let's sign up for the skip grants. We got to get on the wheel. Everybody join the skip grants. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me sign in. And then we're going to talk about the. So the skip grants we just quoted is at 3:00. Okay, go to my go to my Linktree. Okay, go to my Linktree and put in the skip grants. All right, hold on, y'all. I gotta sign in to it. Hold on, let me sign it to it. And you could today they're giving away $1,000, y'all. They're giving away $1,000 on the wheel. So everybody go on in. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna find the one where y'all don't even have to order it physically. I'm gonna find one where you can just get it and just open. Like mine's overlay on the screen, and it does it. Oh, hold on. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm entering the skip grants, y'all. All right, go in my Linktree. If you already got skip grants, they get ready to they getting ready to do the skip grants at 3:00, y'all. Okay, 3:00 is the skip grants. I just looked up and caught it. Lucky I looked at the clock. All right, so go in my Linktree and click the skip grants and you can make a profile. You could try to do it. You got 20 minutes a profile, right? And if you don't make the profile today, they got another drawing on Friday. That way you could take your time and make the profile, right? You could take your time. And what the skip grants is, and I'll do a video about it because I am an affiliate over there. I'm gonna put the affiliate link also. Let's see how I could put the affiliate link. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I could put the affiliate link in my U to the tubular so y'all could get it. Let's put it in the U to the tubular. Okay, so it starts at 3:00. Okay, I entered it because I already got a profile over there, right? So I entered it and I'm in the drawing. You don't have to have a premium account. So when you pay per month on skip grants, right? Well, let's talk about this before I go into the next report. The next report, okay, I found this guy. He got some real good information about the warification. He goes in deep. And he's talking about allegedly how the man whose name starts with a T that we don't talk about is allegedly paying the Russians to give him information, but the Russians is also on Iran's side, allegedly. and he's going to explain this madness. Okay, and we're going to watch it. He doesn't come on screen. He talks, but it is good. All right, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I could, let me put the Skip Grants link. Let's put the Skip Grants link. Okay, so, okay, there it is. All right. Copy the link. Okay, so then we're going to take this. Okay, everybody bear with me. We still on the Y to the TZ. Y'all are rocking out with me, right? You know, this is, we do the hot topics, we do news, but sometimes real life happens. Real life happens in the midst of that. Okay, and we got to go with the flow. So I'm getting the Skip Grants link, right? I'm transferring it online. I got to do it a roundabout way because I am online. It's not like I'm, you know, sitting in my living room. I'm still good. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's get let's go in. Let's go in. Okay, the grants start at 3 o'clock. So I don't know if you can finish your profile because you got to put a profile up. You got to put a bio up. You could write a bio real quick and with the chat. You not have time because you want to concentrate the wrong emailing and you know you don't want to miss steps and stuff. But you know, take your time and do the profile. But today you can watch. And they give away $1,000 to, if you have a business, twice a week, they give it away. All right. They give it away twice a week. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So let me get, okay. Where did I put it on? Okay. I put it in here. All right. So let me get this. So I'm going to get the link and I'm going to put it in the description in the Y to the TZ video. So y'all can at least have it for when y'all get off and you'll want to go, you know, sign up for it. I'm going to at least have the affiliate link. Oh, man, what happened? Okay, now I got to go to this and get it. Okay, hold on. All right, so let's see. Skip Grant. I never won. I haven't won yet, y'all. Wait, hold on, y'all. That's not it. I haven't won yet. All right, but I'm still sticking it in there. My day is coming. My day is coming. Okay, so let's copy this link. And then we're going to go to Y to the TZ. Oh, hold on. Oh, man, I got to. Okay, so we're going to come back to you. Okay, hold on. Okay, so while I'm doing this, let's listen to him talk. Let's get in here so I can multitask. Okay, let's start him off. So he's going to give us a little interesting tidbits that we didn't know about the war. And it says Trump is basically, allegedly, the man that starts with a T. We don't want to say his name. So we take it back. We're not talking about him. All right. Is basically allegedly paying Russia to tell Iran where that now this is complicated. Follow this. Follow this. Follow what he's saying. The man that starts with a T is basically paying Russia to tell Iran where our troops are. As if allegedly he's purposely getting. I'm telling you, this man don't like America. And why I feel like that's the theory that's going on is because America made him once he in the P office no more and he steps foot soil as a regular person, all the wall and wait for it. So basically, American ruined his life, and his plan is to just ruin America, allegedly. What his title says, everything's all alleged. And Mr. Keith Obleton, everybody knows him. He says, allegedly, the man that starts with a T is basically paying Russia to tell Iran where our troops are. Now, why would he tell Russia to tell Iran where our troops are so that they can get us? That's why my theory comes in that man do not like America, and he's going to do everything to destroyify America while he's in office until he's done. Because he knows once he comes out of that office, it's all bets are off and they're going to get him. I mean, over the jail, under the jail, through the jail, to China, back from, drag it all up and down these USA streets. Once he's done, and he might be done in November. But let's listen to Mr. Overton. Let's listen, y'all.
Sparkle Terrace Square. More choices, more value.
Okay, hold on, y'all. You know the mercy.
Parents, if your child plays Roblox, listen up. You could qualify.
Okay, so let's get through it. Everybody tap a fire, everybody share a fire. We're still here. Okay, let's get into it, y'all.
Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, who constantly looks like he's having trouble keeping his head from falling off.
He's something else, Mr. Overton. Let's listen to this, y'all. It's story time. It's story time. Let's listen.
Trump is paying to provide Iran with the location of where our forces are in the Middle East. Trump is now letting Iran's ally, Russia, sell more of its embargoed oil, more Russian oil, to get more money so Russia can use that money to spend it on gathering information on where American forces are in the Middle East and take that information that we just essentially paid for and give it to Iran.
Alleged.
Helping Iran locate American forces in the Middle East. Planes, ships, personnel. Russians helping Iran and Americans. Trump is in effect paying Russia to help Iran attack Americans in this war. What's that called again when you are fighting a war and people in your own government?
What's up, dude? What you mean what you do?
Helping the...
What you mean what I do? I'm so... What happened? What happened, dude? Miss Cato, what it do? I'm so... Well, it's 3 o'clock in the daytime. What are you doing that you so effed up 3 o'clock in the daytime? You at the barification? You're not at work today? Oh, it's St. Patty's Day. It's St. Patty's Day. You celebrating St. Patty's Day? I forgot it was St. Patty's Day, dude. I got on orange today. Look at me. I got on the whole opposite color, dude. I forgot it was St. Patty's Day. I can't tell my behind from my shoulders. But while you're at the barification and you're drunkified, not 11 drink, right? Sound like somebody else we know, Kalula J. Remember? You went to Vegas. What is it that warning sign? What is that warning sign for? What warning sign? Where you see a warning sign at? Where you see a warning sign at? Where you seeing a warning sign at? Over here? On my page, but which page? This page? This page on the clock or on the Y? You see it on this page? Because I don't see a warning sign. Is it on? Because I'm on a few pages, so I need to know which one. On the bottom of this page or on the Y? It says share responsibly live, confirm sources before sharing, engaging with content. Oh, because anytime you show, it says confirm sources. Oh, yeah. So anytime you talk about, yeah. And so the sources is Mr. Overman. I mean, should we maybe not play it? You don't think we should play it? We shouldn't play it, right? Because, okay, so the moment you start talking about the man that starts with a T, maybe we shouldn't play this. Let's go with something else. Because the moment that you, no, it's not flagging. I didn't get a flag. That's just a warning at the bottom of the page. It didn't flag me. I don't have a warning, right? But it's warning me before the flag. It's warning me before a flag. I didn't get a flag yet because it's not on, it didn't come up on my pages. It's not in my page. So it's warning you before you get a flag. That's what that is. So it says share response. So yeah, don't play it. Yeah. So anytime you talk about that man who starts with a T and you say stuff about him, like look at what he's saying. The Russianification. So we're gonna back this up. Okay, we're not gonna play it. We'll play it some other time. Round. Let's go another round. Let's go another round. Yeah. All right, let's go with something else. Let's go with some celebrity. Let's go with some celebrity topics. So we're gonna say stay. But that's not a warning on my page. That's a warning that whatever I'm getting ready to play, to make sure you verify the sources, because they can flag you, then give you a warning saying that you're giving misinformation. And that's what that's about. So I'm glad you're pointing me out to that. It stopped me from playing it, and it'll save us from getting a warnification. But the skip grants is getting ready to come on. We getting ready to watch the skip grants. All right, we getting ready to watch the skip grants. And we getting ready to come off the Y to the TZ. Okay, Y to the TZ, right? We getting ready to end it over here anyway, right? What time is it? We're 3 hours in, right? We're 3 hours in. So I think this is a good time to end stuff on the Y to the TZ. We'll be back on tomorrow early with Mr. Mel from Watching the World 777. We'll be on over there. We love Mel. We always have a good time over there. I love his community. He has such a great community. Everybody's so, positive and uplifting. I love it over there. So I'll be over there tomorrow morning on the Y, right? You come and watch. I don't know. I might go on here and then be on both. I'll see how I'm going to do it, right? But sometimes he'll play stuff that bring that warning back up because he talks about politics a lot. When you talk about anything about that man that starts with a T, that's when it starts getting skeptical, because you see what he was saying about him. But y'all need to go up. I'm gonna tell y'all the page. The page is what is his name? I'm gonna tell you his page. Hold on. It's the Ogilvy. Oh, hold on, y'all. Okay, his name is Keith Olbermann. Keith Olbermann. See that guy right there? Keith Olbermann. Over there and go watch that on your own. All right. So we gotta warn them, play it safe. We are going to sign off, not from here. Still running on Watching the World 777. We will be on there bright and early, probably 7 a.m. right? And then I will be back on my own channel, probably a little after that, about maybe we'll be on there from 7 to 8, and I'll get on here till maybe 9 o'clock. We'll be back to the Clizzock. I'll be earlier than that. So we're not ending here. You all stay there. Okay, so Y to the TZ. We're going to end today. Thank you for joining the Miss Knockout Show, and I will see you tomorrow, Watching the World 7 a.m. Then we'll be back on the Miss Knockout. And off to the outro we go.
Is the Miss Knockout Show on the airwaves? So if I share, if I bless, if I the flow, is the Miss Knockout Show. Now you already know hot topics, music, info, and more. If you ain't tapped in, what you came here for? MKO got got the vibe, that's a full takeover. From beast to biz talk, yeah, the queen stay in clover. Trending every lane, I'm the glow you can't block. When I drop gems, whole chat go shock. We don't do brokeify, now we amplify. Stay blessified, let the energy fly. Hit that happify, keep it all in the flow. Cause it's the Miss Knockout Show. Knockout Show. Hot topics, beats and the glow. You rockin' with Miss Knockout. Let's go. Amplify, sharify, blessify, giftify, terrify, blessify, terrify, let's fuck.